Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Pullze Check podcast. Today, we do have a little bit of a special one for you, something a little bit different than what we've done. So about a year ago, we did a podcast with as many competitors as possible as we could get into one Discord call. And we discussed a lot of different things coming to the game, a lot of different things like rule sets, et cetera, right? And so we decided for this next season, let's do it again. And let's talk about it with everybody. So without further ado, guys, just know everybody's watching at home or on wherever you're watching. There are going to be people coming in and out. So, and again, boys, I said this a little bit earlier. Guys, feel free at any point. If you guys need to go ahead and hop out. Go ahead. Any other competitors join the call. I want this to be kind of free flowing. I want everybody to give their opinion. So yeah, man, without further ado, boys, thank you guys so much. Ebatez, Amir, my boy Brax, Dijamas, Flanked. Hey, Blast is here as well. I knew he would have a shirt. Oh, look at him. Blast and my boy Rated. Boys, yeah, first of all, I just want to say thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys taking the time out of your guys' day, out of your guys' content to come and talk about this, right? And just kind of see, I want to be transparent here. There are people that are going to watch this. So now I'll say this as always, this will not fall on deaf ears, but whether people choose to take our advice, that is completely up to them, right? But just know there are people watching this and you guys can make a difference, right? But hey, if they choose not to follow anything we say, that's on them, But boys, I kind of want to talk about two things, and we'll go one by one. I think first and foremost, let's talk about EWC. EWC is, the thing that I think we should all be focusing on at the moment. And I kind of just want your guys' thoughts. I know Braxton here kind of found a little. I guess you could say a leak. Kind of a leak, yeah. Yeah. Found a leak of EWC pretty much all but confirmed that it will be, so for Resurgence, right? But on top of that, on there, it kind of hinted that Falcons, we kind of already knew this, Falcons are going to get an automatic invite, but the other 20 spots are up in the air on how that's going to work. But yeah, boys, what are y'all's thoughts? I guess we can go one by one. Amir, I guess you can go first, Poppy. What do you think about EWC being Resurgence? Do you like that? Do you not like it? What's kind of your thought process on it?
I mean, I think majority of the community will prefer to EWC be big map, but we all knew that it was a really tough thing to do. So I think it was expected, but a little disappointed nevertheless. Okay.
What about y'all, boys? Anybody else? What's y'all's kind of thoughts on it?
I think, in order for them to do it again, I think they could do it the right way. Like, we get a map rotation, but if it's just Rebirth again, I feel like that's a huge L, and they kind of like let it flop if it's just Rebirth again.
Okay. Rated, man. What's your what's your thoughts on Resurgence? I know.
That's all right. I mean, a lot of worse players get better, so I think it's better to watch if there's more good people, but not that competitive. But I don't mind there being both modes either, so yeah, I'm not too fussed. Honestly, it's what I expected, so it's not really like a shocker.
Yeah, I mean, look, I this is all okay. This is not a leak. This is all just speculation. Let me put the disclaimer out there. I'm pretty confident that the reason why EWC is Resurgence and not Verdansk, right, is because Activision wants to keep Verdansk for World Series of Warzone, and they don't want EWC competing with like their whatever you call it, right, World Series of Warzone. Which, to be fair, I know I personally don't think it's a bad idea because, yes, I think we all agree with what Amir said. The majority of the community, there are a couple people who disagree, but the majority of the community likes BR way more than Resurgence, right? As far as competitive. But I think if little by little, if they start to grow the Resurgence side, I do think that, both sides can grow here. But yeah, I agree with you guys. I'm kind of a little bit sad, but I expected it. I thought last year was fucking insane. So I hope they can find a way to kind of raise the bar on that end. But yeah, so look, guys, when it comes to Resurgence, let's go over a couple things. I have some notes here that I have written down, and I want everybody's opinion on this. So let's talk about first and foremost. It's all but confirmed that Falcons are getting an automatic spot because they won last year, right? But the question does arise now. There are 20 other spots that are going to be somehow distributed, right? I think there's going to be qualifiers. I think there's no other way to do this other than qualify. I think they learned their lesson last year because I think everybody gave them the feedback that, you know, the way they did it last year was not the play. But again, it was last minute. I understand. The way that it was worded in the Braxton leak that he went over, it made it kind of seem, I don't know if I'm just looking too far into it, but it made it seem like there was qualifiers. What are y'all's thoughts? I Blast, talk to me. What you think there's going to be?
How would number one, so if Falcons are getting an automatic invite because they win, which I mean that does make sense, but is that across every esport or is that just Warzone specifically? Because if that's just for one game,
a few other esports.
Yeah, it's been for all of them.
Okay, so that makes sense. But number two, how would you do an online qualifier when you are like it would have to be an invite only qualifier? Like how would you do an actual qualifier when you have, let's just say, for example, we got announced under T. You're going to have other orgs getting announced, I'm assume within the next 2 weeks, probably a few more orgs. How would you do a qualifier, like an open qualifier?
Maybe the same as Vultures. It would just be like a kill race into...
Yeah, that's what I thought it would be.
Yeah, but that doesn't just make sense to me because, like, we saw what happened last year. Like, Skull got second EWC, and obviously, like, Skull is probably, I mean, probably like a top 5 Warzone player all time, in my opinion. And the guy gets hacked on because anybody can hack, and you know, in today's generation of gaming, because it's just so advanced, how do you do a qualifier? I just don't see how that works.
Okay.
I mean, it's the same way as Vultures.
Because someone's just gonna. I mean, someone's just gonna get hacked on. It's just. I mean, it's gonna happen.
It's not you, brother. Trust me. I felt
like I don't know. I personally think EWC should be more of an invite-only event rather than an open qualifier. Just for that, I think World Series or Warzone structure makes a lot more sense because that's just how it's always been. But I don't know. I just don't want to load in and then just see some random guy just become literally Thanos all of a sudden, and then just like I don't know. It just sketches me out. But I mean, like, if it is a qualifier, you know, whatever. Like, I'm gonna qualify, so I don't really care. But like, I don't know. I just don't see how we're signing to orgs and we're getting announced and we're gonna do a qualifier when there's partnered organizations for the event. It doesn't make sense. So let's just say 5 orgs that got announced, right? Didn't qualify.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen? They're gonna drop them and then just sign the new players to qualify? That's just like, I think it's a little ridiculous, man.
I have something to add on to that. I'm pretty 100% positive sure that the EWC player roster lock is May 15th.
Where
did you hear this?
No, teams have to sign their teams by the 30th of this month.
Of this month?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how would you do a qualifier?
Website somewhere.
How would you do a qualifier if there's roster locks? That makes no sense.
No, that's because you have to submit your rosters for it to be eligible for the partner program thing. So if your team doesn't qualify, then those teams are fucked.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense to me.
What I could see them doing is kind of what Boss was saying, is like an invite qualifier. So like they'll invite like majority of teams to qualify, but I don't think they do an open system because this isn't like Activision. This is kind of like a third party.
True.
I don't see them doing like a full on like TKR into like a customs. Like I just don't think they're gonna do that.
I don't know. There's only 30 partner teams though. Like
I agree with
they're gonna run like
what?
Yeah, I could see invited qualifiers. I could see that happening.
What were you saying, Amir?
That what Rasim said is my exact thought too.
Yeah, because like, okay, look, like at least in my opinion, right? A lot of us, or not us, but you guys have been signed. A lot of y'all have been signed to teams, right? And I would assume here in my brain that some of these orgs have some type of intel, right? Like there's got to be something, and maybe some of y'all know things that maybe not. I don't know, right? Don't tell me, don't get in trouble. But there's got to be some type of, like, at least in my opinion, teams wouldn't be signing players unless they knew something. Unless they were like, hey, yo, quals are going to be on this date. Like, this is what we're going to do. And you guys get a qual.
I'm pretty sure all the teams will sign and have clauses there. If they don't go to the event, they just get dropped.
Damn. Yeah. So, okay, is there a possibility where they do open quals? Because think about it. Look, if there's only 20 fucking spots.
I think that's the only way to do it. What are you going to do? Run a qualify with 30 teams and then only 11 people don't call. It doesn't make sense.
How do you divide that? How do you think they would divide it? when it comes to EU,
Region
APAC?
spot's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be dumb. I mean, we know it's gonna be dumb. Like,
If he,
We know that
No
region over there
troll.
sucks.
no
it's
troll.
gonna
though, like,
be a really bad split. Like,
Yeah,
you
if
can
they don't
already
split
guess
it-
that.
Split.
if they don't split it well, there's gonna be so much chaos, bro. Because I mean, genuinely,
I mean,
only
there's literally there's
21
no
teams-
I'm gonna go
way
take a
it's
vacation to
split
London for a bit.
with 21 with 21 teams on land. I feel like you just can't fuck around with the spots too much. Because like big map, it's a little bit different. Like there's some leeway, but like even with
Also,
NA
what's-
last year, there was so many good teams from NA that didn't qual last year for WSOW and Warzone, but there was like a few EU teams you'd be like, yo, like those guys are actually terrible. So like I feel like they got to split it, especially with 21 teams. They have to split it well. And if they
It's
don't,
not
it's
even gonna
gonna
be
be
21. It's gonna be 20 because Falcons
Yeah.
get a spot. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they were gonna qual regardless. Like,
yeah, I
No.
know, but like,
So I
well,
guess
I
it
hope to
doesn't-
God they don't take an NA spot.
Right.
Fuck.
yeah.
Imagine we got one less.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
like,
true.
how would you do it? Because okay, last year World Series of Warzone, shit. I'm trying to like think about how they did this because it changed literally mid season. NA got how many spots?
For World Series?
The same as EU.
Oh,
They did it not.
shit, you're
was,
right.
Was,
Yeah,
was it not
the same.
15, 16? 15, 16?
Okay,
No, because it was
It was
was
15,
top-
15, I think, right?
No, it was. I think it was 16. 3 LCQ plus the wild card, and then 12 from the actual qualifier.
Yep.
Yeah.
16.
well, how would they
16.
would they keep? Do you guys think they would keep the same quote unquote divisions? For example, like I don't know how big of an like of a hindrance it is for let's say Amir, right? Everybody from Latin America, but in my opinion, like Latin America, like they if the ping is, I don't know how bad it is. I think they should be put with North America, right? Because like these guys, I think they like we have 3 teams fighting. Like Latin America has like 5 pretty good teams, all fighting for what, like 2 spots, like right? And so if you combine them, I think some of you guys are better than some of the teams in North America, transparently. I just don't know how much of a deficit, like, or what ping do you guys play on whenever you guys play on Central Host?
No, I mean we put in
Depends on
like
what part of
30 ping.
Mexico you are.
Okay.
Like I don't have an issue, but some of the people that live like from the very south of Mexico play on not that good ping, like 80.
Okay.
They still not that bad though. Like, it's not
Yeah,
like
it's
it's
not
like
bad.
120.
That's
I mean,
what
I mean,
really bad.
80 is like California to like New York. Like,
Yeah.
it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, ping in
I
this
mean-
game is crazy though. Not gonna lie.
True,
It's
true.
fucking insane. Yo, it's insane.
So
So like another concern I have though is like, so like APAC only got 1 spot for World Series of Warzone, right? Which I feel like was fair. But now if there's only 21 teams, if APAC's getting 1 spot again, like that's like insanely inflated as well. Because like no offense to APAC, but like that team was ass. Like the team that qualified, like if they're getting a whole spot out of like the 20 spots that are available, and like we're losing an NA or EU spot or even a LATAM spot, like that's gonna be crazy too.
like, what?
I mean,
How would you guys
will
divide it?
actually depend.
Well, I mean, it is different too because the APAC team that would qual this time, assuming they don't come to NA, is a completely different team. If Levi and them are playing from APAC
Yeah.
this year, like
No, yeah, if they play from APAC and they take that qual spot, that's fine. But if they come to
No,
NA
they're not
and
playing.
take it- and
They're
if
playing
they-
NA. Yeah, they're playing NA.
apparently they're moving to NA in 2 weeks. So if they take an NA spot, now who's getting that APAC spot? That's what that's like also something to consider
they,
as well.
yeah, they shouldn't even have a spot then.
Right. If Levi and them come to NA, they like APAC should not have a spot.
Agreed.
Who would they? What is the closest server to APAC? Like, where would they qualify in there?
Asia, I think, right?
Asia. Yeah.
Bumblefuck.
And so, like, okay, again, how would you divide the okay, NA? Like, how many divisions would you guys in a perfect world would you guys want? Would it be like 2? So would it be all of North America and just EU and just 10 and 10,
Yeah.
or
No.
12 and
Not
8?
no,
12 and 8.
Well, it's
Relax.
Maybe 13-7.
Okay.
Maybe 7.
I wish we had somebody
like
from
the-
EU
we're
in
not gonna
here.
get that. It's
I
gonna
feel
be
like it
it's not gonna be that. It'll be like 10 and 10.
It
Like
should be
realistically,
LATAM,
especially
NA,
if they like group the regions like you said, make it just like NAU, and it'll be 10 and 10. As much as it shouldn't be, but it will be.
Yeah. I know. I agree. I
I'm
agree.
taking a trip. I'm taking a trip to Europe. I was
Especially-
born in
especially
Europe.
if they-
Yeah.
I literally have a European passport, but
Yeah, same.
I don't know if I could take my bald idiot with me.
Okay, so again, remember, not to say that anything is out of the question here, because guys, like this is separate from World Series. This is separate from Activision. This is EWC. EWC can technically do whatever they want, right? Like within, I guess, reasonable, right? So I would like if they did that, but who is getting fucked if you do, like, let's say Latin America South? What ping do they play on when they're in, if it's like, for example, if it's Central? Like,
Well, they said 80, right? I think.
Well,
No,
that's
they said
Mexico.
80.
No, that's Mexico.
Like
Brazil's on like
South.
140, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
How many, how many Brazilian teams are? It's just like net odds. Is
There's
it not
one.
net odds?
No, no, he's
no,
not the
it's not
north.
What's
Hey,
his name?
Lucanas.
Lucanas
Yeah,
Yeah.
and Nano's
yeah,
team.
No, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, no, that
Yeah,
will
I
be
don't
tough
know.
because they will be pinging like 200 to Central for sure. At least 200.
Okay. Yeah, I guess I look, I don't know how it's gonna work. I guess I hope that they can come out with some type of info ASAP, because if you guys are roster
They've got to
locked,
know, right? They've got to know what.
Right.
Like, surely they know already, like what's going on.
like would the orgs
mean-
not know if you guys are getting like signed? Like
Dude,
these guys
no.
are.
I mean, from
money.
from what I've been told, they don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody's finding out apparently at the same time. Like whenever
From what
that
I've
shit
been
gets
told, it's
announced-
not. It's definitely not invites.
Yeah.
That's what I've been told. That's all I've been told. But they don't know anything else.
So it,
I mean,
okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Do we
Everyone's
know how
clueless right
many?
now.
Do we know how many partnered teams have signed Warzone teams?
Well, it's going to be
Probably
21.
7,
it'll be 21.
probably 6,
When
7 so far.
Like, by the
Well-
time of the event, it'll be a full thing, I would assume.
Right now there's like
Ah.
9 that are signed or 10.
Wait,
But how does that make
9?
any sense though? How does that make any sense though? What's the point of being a partnered org if there's still open qualifiers that, let's just say, Timmy from fucking Wyoming can just fucking
Right.
load up
No,
and
but
qualify?
to be
But-
like which what I told you, but to be to qualify for the points for that game, you have to
Yeah.
have your team signed by the 30th.
Yeah,
Right.
but I don't know. Maybe I'm just on Mars, bro, but I just don't see a point having all this invite only thing and then just randomly fucking you're doing an online qualifier, which like I said, I think qualifiers are good for the scene. Like there always should be qualifiers for events, but in this specific scenario where you're paying organizations like what they all got $1 million to sign teams, so you're paying them to sign teams and then you're telling them, okay, but there's a chance you still can't get into the game. It just doesn't make sense to me personally. Maybe I'm on Mars, but I don't know. Like
Yeah,
I would assume it's invite. I would assume that it's probably partial. There might be qual spots, but I still think there's gonna be invite only, or like orgs gonna have a guaranteed spot. Like that would make the most sense to me.
I would
You
think
said
that
like
makes the
the
most sense.
CDL, like
Yeah, same.
franchise.
Yeah, so like the CD, like didn't the CDL portion last year have the invite only,
CDL,
and then there's
Yeah, for
4
them.
spots open for quals,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Yeah,
how they're
see,
doing it this
yeah.
year.
You see, that makes
CDL's doing the
sense.
same thing.
That makes sense for Warzone as well.
I mean,
Just
yeah, if we
because
had
of
a
the
franchise
format.
league.
Let me bring up a different kind of part of the equation. I think, like, at least I think we're looking at it backwards. Like, I get what you guys are saying. Remember, when it comes to CDL, like, there is a path to pro for the CDL. Like, there is a way to be at the top. When it comes to Warzone, we're so in infancy stages that there really isn't. Yeah, obviously, I'm not to say that, like, if you aren't a pro, like, or you aren't like really good, you can't get known. That's a completely different topic. I'm more saying that, okay, why didn't they just make it to where they have qualifiers, right? And then after the qualifiers, there's a roster, not a roster lock, but like orgs haven't, let's say, for example, if there's qualifiers, what day did you say, Rex, originally?
I thought it was the 15th, but Rated said it was the 30th of this month.
So let's say it's the 15th of next month, right? Then
I think it's next month.
what if they did just roster locks, or like your team, the represented orgs have until the 30th of next month to submit their rosters, right? Not to say that if you qualify, you can switch out any teammates, because I feel like that's wrong. But why not just make it to where, hey, you have the quals on the 15th, and then after that, any org can pick up anybody who called. That seems like the most sense, to where people are, everybody has an opportunity to qualify, whether you're like Timmy, Jimmy, doesn't matter, right? But then, for example, Blast and the boys, I would be very fucking surprised if they don't qual. Like, I feel like everybody in this call should qualify, right?
Remember how they did like stage 2 back in like OG Warzone, where it was like, or like Warzone Caldera, whatever, where it was like stage 2 was like Swag and them got invited. I think like Smixy got invited. Like they did like invites. Yeah. I think they did for Warzone 2 as well, because like Flanked, you and Alb joined Smixy, right, into like stage.
Yeah, we didn't have to do anything till stage, I think stage 1 finals.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did it like
And Warzone
that,
2.
and then they did like some kind of open qual system, so like 4 or 5 teams could get into like the stage 1 or whatever. That I would not be surprised about.
Well, another thing too is I heard that just some of the partner teams just aren't interested in Warzone teams in general.
Yeah.
I have heard that too.
There's
What?
like
There's
40
like
total
40.
club. There's like 40 total orgs that are like involved in the club championship, but I think like 17 of them are like interested in Warzone.
Why do you guys think that is? Is that because like at the end of the day they need points, right? And if that's giving up free points, why would they not be interested?
I just think it's because it's a battle royale. Like there's a lot of risk that goes involved with it, and they can just
The market's been
go and
inflated by a
invest
few
in-
orgs.
yeah, they can just go and invest in a game that's with less
Yeah,
risk.
they gotta invest a lot.
Right.
Yep.
Right. It's kind of like a high risk, high reward situation, especially for an esport that's not really like made a name for itself.
Right.
I feel like they're just not interested in this esport.
Where do
I
you
mean, we
have the
don't
points to
even-
get points though? Is it top 10? Was it top 10 last year for like club points thing?
I think it was top. Yeah, I think it was top.
I don't
12.
remember.
But
Yeah, I have no
I mean,
idea.
also
Go ahead.
we don't even know what map we're playing on. So like,
That's another question I was gonna ask.
It's
Okay,
just like the Warriors don't even know who they're
That's
picking up
true.
because they don't even know what map we're playing on. You know, like there's
Okay.
there's just a lot of
People
question
about
marks going
Blast.
into it.
let's talk about that. That was kind of that was next on the discussion here. I would have thought that, like Brack said, that they would try to evolve and do Rebirth and Area 99. Even though I completely agree that I think Area 99 is horrible when it comes to actual competitive. I think that map is bad from a competitive standpoint, right? But there is such thing.
I don't think it's
as-
that bad.
I think
Which
top
map?
reactor
terrible.
ruins a lot.
I don't think it's like as bad as you make it to seem. I mean, I don't know. I
Well,
don't
look,
think
okay.
it's that bad.
What I was gonna say is like I think there's such thing as viewer fatigue, right? So, if Area 99 was in the game right now, I would say do rotating maps because switch alternating every 2 to 3 maps, whatever. Like that's viewer fatigue. That like if you do just Rebirth every single time, people eventually gonna be like, okay, this is getting a little repetitive, right? Like when you see Apex do it, that's what I would like. But boys, I didn't even know this till I checked. Till we were trying to figure out how we're gonna do scrims. But fellas, Area 99 ain't even in the game right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's literally
Right.
just rebirth.
But
Yeah, that
we
shit got
gotta
wiped.
remember that when it was for public matches, it only existed in the playlist of squads. It only existed in one playlist. That means no one's playing that shit. So you mentioned like viewer fatigue, but when it comes to Area 99, like people don't play it. And for the Hispanic community at least, when we went to EWC, there was a lot of streamers that only play like Rebirth, and they were excited more than they were for World Series. So I think like it only being Rebirth is not a bad thing.
Okay.
Yeah, but also it is, if it's only Rebirth, like it is 4 straight days of Rebirth because that's the dates. It's like, or it's like 3 or 4 days. It's like a 3 or 4 day tourney of just Rebirth. And that was how it was last year.
The solo shit, like day 1, was actually like so pointless.
They have to just reformat it. They have to just reformat it to where every day actually matters. I think that's the biggest thing. Like I agree with both of you guys. Like I get what you guys are saying. My personal opinion, I think alternating maps is the best just because there are some people that do like Area 99 and there are some, right? But as of right now, we can't even, it sucks to even have this discussion because it's not in the game. So like scrims will all be on Rebirth. So obviously we can't do anything else other than that, right? But like you're right. That's another thing is like, bro, on the website, it says three days, but then they updated it to say 4 days. But then if you go and buy tickets, it's 3 days.
Well, the first day might just not be audience, right? Like you can't.
Yeah, they
Is
said that.
holiday
Somebody,
good?
I forget who, but somebody responded to Enigma, I think, saying like there's only
There's
3
no
days
crowd
of
for
an
day one.
audience. Yeah, so there's no
Yeah.
crowd day 1.
Oh, what could that
Yeah.
possibly
But
be?
we're there.
So that's going to be
It's
probably the
some
same
other
stuff, like the
groups.
solo thing, like the little, like it's going to be like one of those
Hopefully
days.
not.
I hope.
They're gonna have us playing party games or something.
I just don't know who they're asking. I just don't know who
Bingo
they're
tournament.
asking. Like who they, because they 100% know the format already. I don't know who, if none of us know, like who did they ask? Or like, what
Amy
should
from
we do?
Wyoming.
Yeah,
I mean-
like
Like,
if they want another like extra day just for the sake of it, they can do like I don't know, like a day of only solo YOLOs and whoever wins gets money.
Money.
I don't know.
No, but like we're saying all this, there's definitely there's already a format set.
Right.
there has to
But
be.
we
I
just
mean,
don't
it's,
know it. Like we're saying, oh, they should do this, they should do that. There's definitely already a format that's already set up. We just don't know it. But like, I just don't know who they asked.
Well, I
Like,
know
surely, like-
last year there sure was a team that knew about EWC a long time before everybody else.
Well, it's Falcons.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if anyone knows, it's them.
and if they know, I know.
Exactly.
I'm trolling.
He sat there just watching us all, just like, yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, you idiots.
I promise you, on everything, I don't know right now. I swear, guys, I don't know right now. That's why,
That's
like,
what I mean. I just don't know who they like. Maybe they just did it on their own and was like, flip the coin, like, fuck it, let's just do this. Like,
I just
or
think
just maybe they just copy and pasted like what they did last year.
they just like, okay, I don't mind what they did last year. The only thing that needs to change is that first day. Like, the only other thing that I can see them doing is they, instead of it being 21, if they, I don't want to say if they can afford it, but like, they just add more teams and then they dwindle it down every single day to where that last day actually is like, oh shit, like that's insane, right? So,
Yeah, because if they did 28 teams, they could realistically do 4 groups, and then it would rotate like a certain way, and it'd be a lot better. Like I just don't know why they don't bring out 28 teams. 28 teams would make so much more sense.
We know that.
Yep.
We know that now.
so okay, look, boys, I don't want to get too repetitive on this. So, as of right now, we know EWC Resurgence, more than likely Rebirth. Let's talk about time to kill, spawn protection on this right now. Time to kill with the new, specifically Resurgence. I haven't even played since
it's not
Verdansk. How bad is it?
It's not bad. The reason why people think the time to kill is like, I still think it should be increased a tad bit for more competitive atmosphere, but when you play without the fucking AK-74, the game feels normal in a sense. Like, you just don't get blown away by a quote unquote submachine gun. But like, I don't know. I played a customs last night. I didn't sit there. I probably died once when I was in awe because of headshots. But like, you know, after you're playing pubs and every Timmy has an AK-74, then like, yeah, the game is in a bad spot with TTK. But I personally thought it was somewhat fine. I still think it could be tuned, but I wouldn't be mad if it was left like this.
Yeah,
if the
but
AK-74 is banned.
how many competitive teams were in that tourney last night, and it wasn't for $1 million? So it makes a difference.
Well, I mean, to keep it a buck, I think I shoot straighter than 99.9%.
Well, yeah.
I really don't. I really don't give a fuck. If fucking
you say that.
It falls in the
say
lobby.
that. You say
Yeah,
that.
I mean, that's fine.
Until you know it's 3 people sitting on a roof, and you're like, "Well, I didn't even blink."
Well,
and I
and
died."
yeah, and those people always lose a tournament. They don't know how to win. So I don't really like
I mean,
that
that is
logic is
fair.
just flawed.
That's
I wouldn't
fair.
care if I died to like 3 people mounted up shooting at me. Yeah, you're gonna die fast as fuck in a pro lobby. That happens in normal customs too. Even like last
For
year
sure.
when you have people mounted an STG, it's the same shit. But
For sure.
Resurgence plays a lot different. You're not going to be sitting there posted on roof. You're running around. Majority of your gunfights are going to be like SMGs with the SOG, whatever. And I thought it felt actually normal for once compared to playing with the 74. That's just my opinion on that. But I still do believe it could be increased a tad bit. Like, I'm
I
not going
think
to sit
they
here and
just
deny
need to
that.
add a little. I think they just add a little bit of health.
Like
Yeah,
25.
no, they
Even if it was 50 to
Yeah.
100, and I think
I think Ryder was saying like 25. Yeah, 25 to 50. I feel like is what people probably want. I do think spawn protection needs to get fixed on Resurgence because that shit's miserable. Like,
Well, no, it's fine on Rebirth, right? Or am I saying
Yeah.
it?
I
I
think
thought it
it's
was.
fine
I
with
thought.
Rebirth.
I thought
Okay.
it works. The only map it didn't work on was Area 99, and that's why that
Right.
map played so bad. You'd
Correct.
spawn and just die.
right.
Like you'd be getting shot before you even loaded on your screen.
I
Like,
think that would
Yeah.
fix the competitiveness of Area 99 a lot if they fix the spawn
yeah,
protection.
like that's
Yeah.
why that map played so bad. You'd spawn and you were literally 1 health.
Because I do believe the end games on that map are actually insane. Not gonna
Yeah,
lie.
Rebirth. I'm pretty sure the spawn protection works.
As intended.
Yeah.
Jamas, talk to me, man. As far as like the whole time to kill thing, like, do you think it's gonna make the gameplay drastically different from what you guys played last year, et cetera, et cetera? Like, how do you feel?
I think like if they just left it the same in like pubs and they gave us like rank playlists with like 50 extra health, I think it'd be fine. But I just don't know how that would work for EWC because I don't think we're gonna get a Resurgence rank playlist
That's true.
and a big map rank playlist. So I don't
Yeah.
know.
I agree. I think like we should get for big map a list on ranked play. It's similar to what Iron Trials was, that you get like a different playlist, but with different like
Health values.
Health values. Yeah.
Okay. Well, look, bro. From what I see in chat, right? Again, I haven't played Resurgence since since Verdansk came out, but everybody on Twitter telling me that they ruined Resurgence and that it's so bad. So in my head, I'm like, okay, I wonder how this is gonna feel for EWC. Are people gonna is it gonna feel that drastically different for competitors, or is it strictly from a pub point of view? Because obviously these TikTok YY guys are like not able to 1v4 anymore, right? So I'm curious when it comes to a strictly competitive aspect, how big of a difference will it make, right? Now, here's the next topic, boys. And I guess one by one, I guess we'll go from rated, we'll go from bottom up. I don't know how it looks like on your guys' screen, but rating, you'll go first. Thoughts on Killpoint. From what I've heard from all of you guys in the past, right, is you guys love Killpoint. It makes, and transparently, from a viewer's perspective, it is way more entertaining than a best of 6, best of 8, just because there's no climax, right, in that. We saw how awesome match point is. We'll get to that, Verdansk and all that stuff, right? But from your guys' opinion, how do you guys feel about Killpoint, and do you guys want to see that in EWC? Rated, talk to me.
Yeah, I'd say it's pretty good for Resurgence. I'd say it adds an element rather than just, like you said, the 6 maps. I think just the 6 maps is kind of, unless you're lucky, you usually know who's winning the tourney by like map 4.
Yeah, true. There's not a lot of
Killpoints. I think it's good. I think it should be added if we get a choice.
Okay. Blank, talk to me, bro. What do you think about Killpoint, bro?
Yeah, I think Killpoint's good for Resurgence. Obviously not for big map, but yeah, I don't think we should go too crazy with the number of kills though, because it is gonna be different playing for $1 million than it is playing in I know PCL was like actual good competitive league, but they're not playing like there's $1 million on the line, you know?
Yeah.
So you can't go too crazy with the number of kills, but it is good, I think, for the map.
We'll talk about that right now because I actually want to know what everybody thinks about the number. But DJ, talk to me, bro. Killpoint.
Yeah, I think the same. I think it's perfect for Resurgence, but I don't think it would be good for big map.
Yeah.
At all.
Okay. Does anybody in this call not like Killpoint? Okay, we all like it.
I used to be a hater. I was a hater.
When you crashing out the other day?
I was a hater, but I will agree that after further playing, because I just started playing customs and it was introduced in Resurgence. I really never played it and I thought it was dumb, but after further playing it, I was like, okay, it kind of makes sense. But I do agree with what Luke said, is that expecting people to get a 20 kill win on land with obviously $1 million on the line is with the best players in the world in the lobby. That is a little unrealistic. I mean, for sure it could happen. But I just don't see a world where 20 kills is the number for LAN. I think it should be 15 at most.
So yeah, that's what I was going to ask you guys.
I do like it though. I do like it.
I was going to ask you guys, what do you guys think about the number? Let me give you guys my personal opinion before you guys say, I like 20 because when it comes to even games online, people are dropping 25, 30. So that, obviously that's not realistic online, or that's online, not the craziest lobbies we've had. I think I hosted a really big one. I forgot what it was, but where the winning team, I think it was Dongi and them, they got 26, and it was a lot of money, right? And so I know, trust me, when it comes to LAN, people play completely different. Everybody plays fucking scared. 20, I like because at least in my opinion, a team deserved it if they got it. If they got 20, transparently, guys, the lower end of the lobby is not even if you qualify for EWC, the worst teams will not hit 20 kills in a win. I just feel, and I feel like that's in a game of RNG. If we can do as much as we can to minimize the RNG as possible and at least add somewhat of a skill gap, I think that's what we should all be aiming for, as long as it's entertaining for viewers and it also does bring that skill gap aspect. For me, I think for us, it's that number. Where do you put it? That would show where the true skill gap is, because 20 is hard. And I'm pretty sure teams were dropping 20 plus last year on EWC. I'm 90% sure. I got to go double check. But I remember I went over this when we were going over Killpoint. I went back in and watched the VODs. I'm pretty sure they got 20 at LAN last EWC. But go ahead, talk to me. Yeah.
I will say too, you don't want it too low because then teams that are on kill point, they could realistically just camp and play it like it's a match point. And
I was
15
literally
kills will
just about to say that. I think if you go lower than 20, it just turns into match point.
Right.
Because if
It
you
literally
win a
turns into
map,
match
you're
point.
default probably having around 15 kills.
Like a team could just sit top prison, not push anything, and probably pick up 15 kills.
Yeah,
Like they
that's
could,
what
yeah.
I
And
think
where
if you
if
go
you
lower
keep
than
it,
20, it just
it's like
turns
you
into
got to
match
find the
You're not
balance,
sitting
right?
top prison getting 15. That's just not true.
You got to find the balance, obviously, of like not putting it too high so that's like realistic, but also at the same time, if you put it too low, then teams could just play it like it's match point and they'll get the kills naturally.
Yeah,
Like,
I think
you need to
if
like
you go
force
lower,
teams to kind of fight.
I think 20.
Well, you're also assuming that shitter teams are gonna have match point.
they're not,
teams
that's
are-
why they're
yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, yeah, they gotta hit match point first.
Yeah, like I just don't see a world where, I mean, if it's 20, I wouldn't care because I'm confident in my team. I think we're fucking disgusting, but like I just think, getting 15 kills like in the like a lobby with the best players in the world. Sure, it's resurgence, but you got to think of it, right? Let's just say, because everyone's gonna know. Let's just say we hit match point, right? And let's just say we blood somebody on a team. They'd be like, oh, yo, they're on fucking match point. Just fucking, go play like a pussy. And they're gonna be just fucking posted up with fucking, who knows, blast traps, betties, just some dumb shit. And like that's also like a thing it's gonna take into account. Because if I get blooded by a team on match point, I'm gonna say, yo, just play like the biggest pussy you possibly can and make them like really, really fucking work for those kills. But if they're not on match point, it's like, who fucking cares? I'm coming back anyway.
I mean, the teams who are going to play both sides, like, right? Like, I agree with you, Blast. Some teams will play like pussies and just back the fuck up.
And then the other teams will be like, that's a match point team, let's fight them
Exactly.
over and over until we get them out. And then if they kill you over and over, they're going to hit 20. Or
Yeah.
if you kill them, they're out of the lobby.
So I like that element. I mean, okay, look, rated 20, yes or no?
I think 20 is perfect. I think if you go lower, it just turns into match point.
Yep.
Length, 20, yes or no?
I don't know. I would have to see how it plays on Rebirth because we did it in the old game. I mean, the TTK is faster now. I don't know. You have to see it with like every good team in the lobby.
Okay. We're definitely going to try, to be fair.
I think you'd have to test it. Yeah.
Okay. DJ, 20, yes or no?
I think yeah. I don't think the TTK will really change it that much, to be honest.
Okay. My boy, Clampy Poo.
Yo, yeah, I do think like Luke said, we need to test it first, I think. And maybe nothing changes with the TTK and stuff like that, but I do think 20 is fair.
Okay.
Honestly, I think like it gives like a way more frantic game and stuff like that. So yeah, I would say 20.
Okay. Brax.
I think 20 is good.
Last.
The best team in the lobby is going to get 20 kills and a win. And if they
agree.
did that, they did win.
I agree.
My final answer is 15.
15? Okay.
We'll see how it plays though.
Okay. Amir.
Yeah, I said 15 too.
15. And then Mr. Ebatez.
I think 20 is fine, honestly.
You're fired.
Be fun.
Okay. All right. Okay. Here we go, boys. So now, look, we went over Resurgence. We're going to get into Verdansk right now in a bit, or Big Map. But transparently, guys, what we're going to do EWC scrims starting. And we might alternate between EWC and Verdansk, right? Right now, there's a lot of rumors on EWC and when everything is starting, right? So we're gonna be starting scrims in general. This is the big thing I wanted to kind of talk about today, and it's what type of format do you guys want to see when it comes to scrims? I have a suggestion. Let me know what you guys think. Last year we had scrims literally every fucking day. Some of you guys are transparently were like, yo, run them every day. Some of y'all were even telling me run 2 a day, right? Some of y'all were saying, hey, ease up on the scrims. I just want to do, and I want to make this very clear, I want to do whatever you guys want to do, right? I personally will do scrims once a week if y'all want. I'll do scrims every fucking day if y'all want, right? But I want to know what the majority of the players want. So talk to me. What do you guys think? There's a couple variations of what I was thinking of. It's what if I was thinking, until we get somewhat of an announcement, right? Until we get somewhat of a clear, like, hey, like this is the set date. I was thinking we do scrims 3 to 4 times a week. I'm kind of leaning more towards 3. If we're doing Resurgence, it would be 2 of those are best of 8s, and one big one, like at the end of the week or whatever, where it's once a week, where it's 1 kill point. So that way, there's not a lot of fatigue from you guys if that goes long. I'm also not opposed to all 4 or all 3 of those scrims just being kill point. The way we did it, I kind of like the way we did it at PCL, where it was, best of 8 every single day or every other day, whatever it was. And then leading up to one big event for Killpoint. So kind of what you guys think. I guess this is going to be open to, there's no one set person to talk about this. Everybody give me your guys' opinion, and let's kind of go over what you guys think the Scrim schedule should be.
Yeah, I mean, Pops, I'm down to play every day, low key, because I mean, honestly, I get it, because we haven't gotten an announce yet and stuff, and that's why people haven't been playing that much. But I feel like right now, I mean, people been getting signed up, and I mean, I think everyone realizes now that we're about to play EWC in a few months, and we're about to get the map announced and shit. So I think everybody will want to play. I do think that we can do it like you did it on the PCL, where we do like 2 best of 8s, and then like you said, the last tourney, or like the last practice custom will be a kill point, just to practice like a real tourney.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would say every day, but I can also see only being played like 3-4 times a week, honestly.
Okay.
I think you do 3 kill points a week, and then if you want to play every day, I'm sure there's going to be a pop-up.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Like, it's not like there's going to be nothing to play.
Yep.
I think if you have 3 official scrims a week, and then like there's literally 100% going to be like a tourney you can play if you're like itching to play.
That's fair.
I like 3 kill points a week, and obviously, assuming there's still WTFs and other tourneys, we just play scrims on days there aren't big tourneys. I like 3 though.
I like that. I think 3.
Yeah, three's fun.
Me too.
I think, okay, so on top of that, I mean, look, the schedule for tournaments coming up, from what I hear, is pretty fucking insane. So all this is subject to change, because I think for the time being, 3 scrims a week is perfect until it gets announced, right? Obviously, I would assume that whenever you, like, let's, for example, if EWC was 2 weeks away, that we're scrimming every fucking day, right? I would assume that that's what you guys would want leading up into that. Now, the biggest thing here is, how do we keep these competitive? And we talked about this, and when resurgence, it's a little bit different. So let me say this, and you guys let me know what you guys think. Okay, there's a couple things here. Do we make them pay to enter, so some of y'all are forced to try? I personally don't think y'all should, right?
Yeah, I don't think you need.
I think it should be.
If you need,
I think it should be free.
$5 to try, then holy fuck, your ass.
In my opinion, I think it should be free. Right? Let me know what you guys think. I've always said this. I wish scrims were free. I don't think anybody should have to put money up. But if you guys feel like you need to, $5, $10, fine. And then on top of that is, how do we do the whole EU versus NA kind of deal? Because there's, guys,
That's like, fuck them kids.
there is only for 20, no, not even, bro. Each scrim will only have 14 spots. That is only 14 teams competing. So that's not something that we're not really bringing into the equation. I might deadass have to run a scrim every day.
Rebirth is 14?
Yeah.
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 Well, then just fucking...
You prioritize the players with the best ping to East servers, because the EU
Wouldn't you just
players.
prioritize assigned teams?
I mean, yeah, but the EU players are just going to complain about their ping, and if we play on EU, brother, Scum is going to have a fucking fit.
I won't be loading up on EU.
Exactly.
Wait, why would we play on EU? That makes no sense.
Yeah, well, we will. I'll never be loading up on EU, man.
So
Because if you just do a New York server, I think it's fine for them. No, they ping like 80, 90.
Yeah.
That's
They
what
ping better than what?
I mean,
they ping better than West players. on the
I mean,
Euro,
if EWC, like, hypothetically, EWC gets an out and it's split region, then it should just be split region scrims. But then it's just asked for you.
just,
because
just
you're gonna
host
have
all
to-
in A.
Side note, Stu said, first of all, we need an EU representative in this call. I've said it already like 5 times in the group
anyone
chat.
but him.
Yeah,
Not a single
Stu.
person
Fuck
from
you, doesn't read anything.
not a single
could have joined.
not a single
Stu
person
could've
from
joined,
EU. Not a single person from EU wanted to join, or at least expressed interest in it.
Echo did, but he had a scrim. I will say Echo is the only one that reached out and was like, "Hey, I'm down." And then I told him the time, and he said we can't make it. So
What's Scrim?
there was like an EU scrim.
I think there's an EU.
Yeah, who
Yeah,
are
so
they
they love
playing?
EU.
Yeah,
Who
but
are
they
they
should-
playing over there?
That same person that's hosting their EU scrim should talk to them and see if they can get EU EWC scrims as well.
I mean, by the
But I will
time
say
everything
Echo's
gets like, go on, you're
The only
good.
one. No,
There you
Echo's
go.
the only one. I'm just saying Echo. I want to put that out there. Echo's the only one from EU that reached out.
Yeah. So
I think
look,
by the time things get rolling, should have an announcement.
Or is
Like,
it
and if it's,
alright
if
for
it's,
EU to play NA, but people say they won't play EU? Well, EU can just play in their own
they
region.
have a choice if they want to play or not.
Yeah,
we're
they
not
could-
making them sign up, brother. Like, well, shut your fucking
Sure.
mouth.
Ooh.
Anyway,
Look,
And you want
If
a knee kick
it's
from the
split
call?
region for qualifiers, then it should just be
Yeah, I agree.
split practice. Because like, what? I'm gonna have idiots landing on me when they're not even in my qual.
Yeah, no, dude, Luke can even attest to that. Last year when we scrimmed and played
Oh my
tournaments,
God.
every year we were getting conned by 2 teams at our POI that just literally were like glorified glue eaters, and then I go to LAN and it's a ghost town. No one's there.
In the scrims leading up to World Series, even like 1 week before World Series, we had 8 teams landing us in scrims. And then when we got to LAN, we were alone, and Navi was fighting the Brazilians, and that's it. There was nobody else even near. It was ridiculous.
Look, here's the thing, bro. And we've kind of had this discussion a lot. I'm just going to be transparent here and I'm going to be blunt, right? Like, please, nobody get offended. But the NA teams we've already seen are better than the EU teams. Just from a strictly, that's not an opinion, just strictly from what we've seen in the last couple years, right? So, is there anybody that I can talk to run EU scrims while we do the North America, right? Because transparently, I think some people forget I'm not a tournament host, guys. I'm not. My job is not just strictly just running tournaments. Like, at the end of the day, I am a content creator first, so I can't be running 2 scrims a day. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like, is there anybody on the EU scene that can step up and run competitive? And it's that they're not just in it for the money. They're not in it like, right, where they just want to do like, and they just want to see them pop off, right? They just want to see EU get better. Is there anybody on that side like that can potentially do that? Because I agree. We had this discussion, and I guess, boys, should they be separate? Should it be separate? Should we have North America scrims, EU scrims, or do we just fucking combine them?
Yes, for
No, I think-
yes.
Go on.
That's what I was gonna say.
When
I
it
think
just
if
depends
they
on
want to
regionals.
play, they can, because there's still EU teams that are bad than not maybe not naughty, but there's EU teams who are better than the NA teams. I think if they
Oh,
want to
yeah.
play, like
Yeah.
they can play.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, the
But,
top
but
EU
also,
teams,
it just depends if the qualifiers are split, and it makes no sense because you're practicing for something that
Right.
thing until
Right,
you get to
agreed.
the event.
If the qualifiers are split, don't let EU
Should be
teams in the
first games.
scrim.
Yeah.
If the qualifiers are split, don't let them in the scrims. That's
For Little
simple.
Map, because there's more than enough NA teams to fill 14 slots.
Correct.
Way more than enough.
Correct.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, look, this is what I've always, in my head, this is what I've always said. I don't care what region you're from. I don't care any of that shit. I don't care about anything. I strictly want the best of the best teams / players in my scrims. Like, that's I love watching competitive COD, and that is what I started Pullze Check for, is for the best of the best. I don't care about anything other. I don't care about your region. I don't care. Like, I just want to see the best players, right? So I would rather just have, who are the 14 best teams, right? And as long as if EU is part of that, the best 14 teams, if they want to play on North America scrims, they can play them. I personally don't want to like say, no, you guys can't play, because I want good practice, right? But it's weird, boys, because it's resurgence. It's a weird kind of scenario here. There's only 14 spots. There's only 14 teams to scrim 3 times a week. Like, either 2 things have to happen. I have to run scrims every fucking day and to make opportunities for more people to play, or we do like a mini league where it's 21 teams at the start of the play 3 times a week, right? Same thing. It's like Pullze Check league, but it's just what's it called? It's split up in 3 groups: A versus B, B versus C, C for whatever. You guys play twice, 2 to 3 times a week, and then we have one final big scrim at the end of the week. I could do that, which would then open up it'd be a weekly scrim league, which would then open up 21 spots instead of 14. Again, I'm open to anything.
Are you tapped into the way how like Apex scrims work? Because they have blocks.
No, how do they run it?
Okay, so they have, well, I don't really watch it, but I always like see, like, I follow Hal on Twitch, and I'll say like they have like certain scrim blocks, right? So like I think like a 3 p.m., a 6 p.m., maybe a 9 p.m. if there's a third one.
Okay.
But I'm assuming they play different people in each block. I don't think you play the same person. So, but obviously, I think that's ran by the players rather than obviously relying on you to run scrims. Which I mean, me and Reese, we fucking used to scrim. Like we used to compete. So like, I didn't sit there and been like, okay, yo, like Hector, go fucking run a scrim for me. Like no, like the players, obviously decide on who to scrim and how they're gonna scrim and whatever. So it's obviously like I shouldn't have to sit here. Number one, pay an entry to go fucking practice. That's ridiculous. These Warzone players are just so out of touch with how shit works. Number two, I should be able to go and have like a scrim chat, right? We should have a scrim chat, which I would assume is the Warzone comp chat, and we should be able to be like, okay, yo, we're gonna have a scrim at this time, at this day, and this is who's gonna play. And you have like a little sign-up sheet, whatever, like a Google Doc. But I wonder how, since it's Resurgence, I want to figure out how the Apex do with blocks, because I think that would be the best way, having blocks rather than just one scrim.
Right. I mean, I can reach out to Wig, and I know there's somebody, there's a streamer who does like scrims, like he does the scrims for them. I can reach out, I can find out who it is. Yeah, there's a streamer that actually does that.
Wig?
No, not Nice Wig. It's somebody else. There's a streamer that does it for them and that sets it all up. I don't know his name, but like I remember I was watching it last time. They do like a pot where like the pro players just put a pot into it and they play for that. I don't know his name, but I can try to find out who it is. They're saying it's Tempo or Tempe. It's not Wig for sure.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I would just ask and just see how they do it, because I think they have the best structure for a BR in terms of
minus tempo. Yeah, that's his name. Okay.
When you said pot, you mean money?
Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty sure what they did was like they would the pro players would like put money into a pot, and just if they wanted to, like it was just for them to try. People would just throw money into that. I think that's the way it worked. I could be faded, but I remember watching this like last year. Tempo putting something like that together, from what I recall. So I can reach out and I can ask them.
They pay too. It's crazy. What happened, Reese?
I don't think they have to.
You should not be paying for scrim.
I know, especially if you're salaried to play.
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't get let's just make it $5 so we can try. Like, why are you trying for $5?
I think this year is a different dynamic because last year
I do think this year is different.
We didn't have EWC like last year. We didn't know that there was orgs involved. So like now technically, because we all talked about last year, like, oh well, we're not on salary, so like
you should just be playing these scrims for reps. Like you should you should be wanting to get shit on so bad.
Yeah, but can we also just talk about how much money Falcons made last year off scrims and how many people just donated? Like, are they that?
Are mortgage? Like,
well, what's the difference? And you're literally paying $5 a day at that time, because we scrimmed I think 6 days a week, right? You're paying $30 a week just to fucking put your money in Biffle's pocket when that guy can already buy this whole scene. So I don't know. The perception of Warzone is just out. Like, these guys are just so delusional. It's ridiculous.
Look, dude, I don't think there should be paying scrims. That's just my opinion. I agree.
I agree. Even if bro, if the teams that are salaried too are like, pushing to pay for scrims, like you're literally getting paid to fucking play the game already, and you're repping an organization that could even bring you more numbers. You play your cards right, yada yada yada. Like, I don't know. I think it's just ridiculous. But
I do think that this year people will play for free. I think that it does feel different than last year, because last year I don't know what it is, but I feel like people would do it for free this year.
Well, I think because in the last year, I feel like Warzone has solidified itself a lot more, and from the competitive side, like we have 2 LANs now, right? And transparently, as long as I'll put the weight on my shoulders, as long as I do a good job at making sure that only the best of the best teams are playing in it. Well, it's like, bro, if you don't want to play, that's on you. You're gonna get shit practice. You can go play these other customs that have lesser quality teams and isn't as high quality, but you're not gonna get better unless you're playing in these scrims, because we make sure and we prioritize. I'm not in this for the money. I don't give a fuck. I don't want you guys to put any money down. I want to just see the best fucking comp possible. Right? Like, as opposed to certain organizers, I get it. They like they make a little bit of money off of that, which is totally understandable. But like that also means that anybody who puts in money, they'll let them in. So when it comes to my scrims, I want to just make it to where it's the best of the best possible competing. And I think as long as we do a good job about that and making sure the best teams are competing, I would hope that all of you guys are open to free scrims, just due to the fact that you're not going to get the best. You're not going to get the best fucking practice anywhere else. And I feel like that's enough.
The same, and there's no money at stake. I mean, sorry to cut you off, but if you're scrimming and not actually practicing how you're going to play in an official tournament, you're just doing yourself a disservice. That's all that is.
For sure.
Like, I just don't see how like you can like, I mean, bro, I'm teaming with Gabe. That kid is literally the most passionate kid in the world, and he's making me feel young again. So like, I'm ready to go. I'll play for free all fucking day. I don't give a fuck, and try my hardest. But some people, I mean, that's just better for me. You know, they don't have the right mindset of coming to the scrim. That's better for me. I don't really care.
Is anybody here opposed to
money
free?
involved.
Okay, talk to me, Amir. Tell me.
No.
I mean, if we're saying like we shouldn't play like for money, you shouldn't need to get money involved to just play to try to get better. So what? So you're not gonna play like two players too? You know? I mean, I think you would try hardest whenever you're playing for money. Like, and I'm not saying like that for me, but I say that in general. I believe that's the way like the world works.
I'll be
Because
honest,
a lot of
Sorry to
people
make it
will
up.
like appreciate, you know, the $100 if they like win or whatever. But yeah, I believe that's the way it should be. The best idea I have heard is the Sammy kind of mini PCL league that we should like put money in a pot. I believe that's the best idea.
That makes more sense rather than just paying
That
for a
would make more
scrim.
sense. I agree.
Yeah,
Okay.
that makes more sense. But that I don't think that's like. I mean, it depends on what the entry is, who are pay. I don't know, but that definitely does make more sense rather than just paying for a scrim every day when you shouldn't have to do that.
So,
Yeah,
so
I
two
would say
options.
having a league.
Like, yeah.
Two options here. And for those of you that weren't there, you guys didn't see what Sammy said. Let's talk about this. Let's see what you guys think here. We have a weekly PCL, right? Where it's you guys scrim. Technically, it would be 3 scrims a week. Where we have 21 teams. Each group would play twice. That's 2 scrims, right? And then if you make it into the top 14, you play 1 final for whatever the pot is for that, or that you guys entered, right? For example, we take sign up Sunday. We fill up 21 teams Sunday. Let's say each team puts in, I'm just gonna put a random number, $50. Doesn't have to be that high. I just put it $50, right? 21 teams times 50, somebody do the math, whatever it is. Then we divide those 21 teams into 3 groups, and we give them assigned dates. You're scrimming Tuesday, Thursday. Group A is scrimming, or Group B is scrimming Wednesday, Friday, et cetera, right? Then every Saturday, every Sunday, there's the final. The top 4 teams qualify, and it gives them something to qualify for and give them something to play for, right? That's one option that Sammy provided. The only thing is, if you're not the greatest team, you're only playing twice a week, right? If you qual, you're playing 3 times a week because, you know what I'm saying? Or we do it a different way, where we have free scrims 3 times a week, right? And we just no more scrims. If you want to play, it. And then we have 1 high roller scrim every Sunday, every Friday. And we just, guys, scrims are free Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. But then Friday, there's a high roller. Each team puts in $50 and it's a big one. And you just, if you want to play in it, you want to play in it. Like, what are y'all's thoughts on those two? Do you guys like either of them, or do you want to scrap that idea completely?
I think
there should be a buy-in for whatever, and then you play like multiple scrims, like you said, or it should be free scrims. I don't like the idea of buying into one scrim. I think that's stupid.
Yeah.
I think it should be, if you're buying in, it should be multiple that you're guaranteed, or just completely free scrims. Like, there should be days where people are like, hey, we're gonna run a free scrim. If you guys are down, like, hop in.
Agreed.
I like the first idea, but I wanna say something before we move on. A big thing for me to say that money changed how people play. It's the final of the PCL. I was not in the league. I didn't qualify, so I don't know exactly if it played different, but I believe so, right? Like, people played so different in the finals. Like people changed their spot and shit when they were playing for money.
Wasn't that
they were
5,000
playing
now?
for the league.
Yeah, hold on. $5,000 a lot of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, 5,000's a lot of fucking V-Bucks, brother. Like,
Oh, I thought you were saying that's not a lot of money. I was like, guys.
no, I'm saying, no, that's what I'm saying. That's not like a scrim. We're not playing 5K scrims. I'd be fucking off a beam for a 5K scrim.
I think Rated is saying like
I'm saying 5K is a lot of money. Like, that's not like just, let's load up for we won 75 each.
We can get a sponsored league, you know, like there's a lot of opportunities here.
I mean, ideally we'll have 5K a week.
Go on then,
Hey,
buddy.
is there? Hey, send him my way. Send him my way, Amir.
No, guys, I'm gonna throw the first 1,000. Fuck it.
Oh shit.
I'm saying like 5K is a lot. Like, you're like an average scrim is like, if you win, you get like $100 each, maybe $150 each.
Right.
All like.
So then,
Right.
I mean, I don't mean, people might be different. I don't care about $100.
I mean, look, what we could do, guys, is transparently, and I think this does make it because it's on a week by week basis, which means that, hey, if you know you're not going to be present for half the week, you don't have to play in it, right? We do a mini PCL, but just every week, and we start fresh every week. We make signups every Saturday, and we finalize the teams by Sunday. And the season starts, or whatever, the weekly season starts on Monday or whatever. We'll figure out the dates. The only thing is, remember, we cannot interfere with Activision, right? So that's like the biggest thing. And it does seem like they have a lot of things going on. So that's the only issue that I feel like we would run into is we cannot, like, there's a lot of tournaments coming up that we technically cannot interfere with unless we do one or the other. We do them early as fuck before that tournament, or we do them late as fuck after their tournaments.
Why wouldn't you just host like once the tournament gets announced, then you start planning around whether it's day before or day after the tournament?
Right. I don't think if there's a big tourney, I don't think anyone's gonna want to play before or after.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, facts.
I definitely don't want to play after because if I get checked, there's no way I'm loading up for this round. So, dude, I can only deal with so much bald idiot in one day. Like,
okay.
Hector, I got someone who's from the Apex scene. They put in my chat. This is what they do for their scrims. But I'm just gonna put it in your chat. You can read it if you want.
Okay.
That's just what they told me.
It said the way they are right now is top 10 in scrims get proud for the next day's scrims so that people actually try and get into scrims, or else you have to sign up again like first come first serve. And if you don't make it to that, you're on a wait list. And if a team can't make it, you're next in line type of thing. I actually don't mind that either. Like,
because then there's
so what? So 4 teams. So 4 teams.
How would you do it? How would you do it? Because if there's top 10, and how many teams are in Apex? 60 or 30?
20.
No, 20 teams.
20.
60
Oh shit! So half. So it would be seven. The top 7 teams get prio for the next scrim, and if you're not, then you're just gonna have to sign up again.
Right.
Okay, I actually don't mind that at all.
I don't like that.
wait, how does that work? So what? You get in on sign up order?
So it's like
Is that what they're saying?
I would assume that off rip it starts off like I would invite whoever on paper, or because we don't know yet, is the best teams right now, the best 14 teams, right? After one scrim, the top 7 get prio for the next scrim, not for the rest of them, but just for the next one. And then after that, then we do a sign up, first come first serve. Whoever are the first 7 to sign up get prio into the next one. And from there, top 7, same thing, get prio for the next one.
That's not. It's not bad. It's not bad. But the only thing that it doesn't make sense would be like a lot of those teams. I feel like in Apex are assigned because they have obviously way more than 10 orgs. They probably have like what 20, 30 minimum, right? In Apex. I feel like wouldn't it make sense for? I don't know, dude. Because if you can't get top 7, then you just got to be shit. Because I would say like orgs get priority, but then again like. Yeah, I mean, if you can't get top 7, you're just shit. So I don't know.
No, I don't think if you're on org, you should get priority. I feel like that's stupid. You should get priority if you're doing well.
I agree.
I mean, also too, another problem with that is like, I mean, every scrim you shouldn't be playing to like. I mean, you should be playing to do good every scrim for sure. But also like scrims are there for you to try new shit. So like, if you want to like try landing somewhere new one day and you get absolutely shit on for it, like say like even like Falcons for example, like want to go land somewhere new for a day. And God forbid they get slammed, then they're just not in the next scrim. Is like kind of like I don't know.
Yeah, that also.
Well, they could still be in the next scrim, right? They would just. I don't like the only part I don't like is the first person to sign up thing. Because like, what if like I'm AFK?
Yeah. I mean,
That's the mini league better.
Well, scrims. I agree with Luke because that's something fucking that. Like if anybody has a brain, they would actually practice and like okay, like today let's just try this. Like okay, maybe you anchor yada yada and you get shit on. Like I shouldn't be punished. Even like I feel like there should be a little like you should be biased towards some teams if that makes sense. Like it sounds a little dicky, but like let's just say one day, you know, like I fucking feel like using a different gun or something and it doesn't go the best, you know, and I learn a valuable lesson here, like. You know, I'm not going to sit here and watch Timmy from Wyoming just load in and just get 14th and then be like, oh, guys, fucking good try, man. We're going to go play a fucking 2v2 wager rather than watch VOD.
Right.
Like
even last year, there was like a week or two where me, Racing, and Gabe were getting slammed because we were switching out our roles. And then we figured it out and started like doing good. Like sometimes you just have to go through that.
Okay, so then.
I don't know.
Okay, then let's backtrack a couple here, right? Do we just do the mini league then? Do you guys?
Yeah, I kind of like that. No,
I think we do the mini league.
We should try the mini league first.
That idea doesn't. Yeah, that idea sounds so
We
much
tried the
better
mini
than
league
that.
first, see how that goes, and then if that's a fucking fuck fest, we do the scrims, and then if that's a fuck fest, I say we just pub for the rest of the fucking time.
Okay, so
But I think the league though is, I kind of regret not playing that PCO league because my ego was just, I was like, bro, I'm not playing a fucking Twitter league. Like, no offense, but
thanks, man.
like that shit looked fun though.
Oh, kick him out the call.
That shit looked fun though, and I
He called
regret
it
playing
a
'cause,
Twitter
like, bro,
league chat.
He's reformed. He's humble now. Come on.
No, you can talk to Ethan about it whenever you guys are off stream. I'm actually pissed I didn't play it.
He's a lost puppy.
All good.
When
All
I
good.
ran at
Man.
Ethan, I was like, bro, how are people getting signed off a Twitter league? Like, whatever. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy disrespect,
I
chat.
was going rogue.
Oh fuck. It's all good. It's all good, man. But look, we can go ahead and do that. The only thing is, and just know this, right? Like, if you are a worse team, boys, unless the team and I can figure out a way to do more days. Technically speaking, which we probably could. Maybe somebody in the chat can help me brain it out right now. But there's 21 teams, 3 groups, right? 7, 7, 7. That means that it would be, you guys would only play 2 times a week. And if you make it to finals, then you play 3 times a week, right?
That's fine.
Yeah, that sounds good.
That's fine.
Is that good with you guys? So you guys would only
Yeah.
get 2 scrims a week if you guys are not as good. And then one final.
You should be good enough to make the finals.
Yeah, you should be
I
rewarded.
agree.
So it's 21 teams.
And it's
21
like I
teams,
said
top
anyway, there's
14.
gonna be like pop-ups and stuff anyway. If
Yeah.
you're like, oh, I want to play today, like
Right.
there's gonna be a pop-up you can play. Like it's not like, oh, you're only allowed to play 2 weeks, you may as well take the rest of the shit off. Like
Okay.
How are we gonna do if teams don't show up?
I mean, they already put in the money, right?
Cheated.
Right.
Right. You pay.
So we could
to show up.
I guess we could just be like, yo, hey guys, a team dropped out. Like, can any team fill in today? It's like you don't have to pay an extra buy-in or anything. It's just free for the team that fills in.
Extra
There
rep.
you go.
Yeah.
Team.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, it's different, right? Like with the PCL, it's like I put up all that money. Like,
Right.
it's different than when it's like, yo, you already put in your, I don't know, whatever, how much you guys think it would be good for the week, but you already put up your 50 bones, your 100 bones as a team. I don't give a fuck if you don't show up, right? Like, we'll get filler teams that want practice because I know people will want to do that. What I'll do is, and I'll try, guys, I always try to do the best that I can for everybody. I'll try to work with somebody, maybe Reaper or somebody. I don't know if you guys have anybody send them my way. I would love to maybe work with somebody else to do like mini pop-ups here and there for teams that maybe are not going to be in the 21. Because transparently, in our group chat alone, there's probably going to be more than 21 teams. Like it's going to be hard to get all of them in there. It's how we do that. I think I'm going to have to be, like last said, a little bit biased, and I'm going to prioritize the best teams possible. Like, and if a team comes out of nowhere and they start being fucking good, well, I will prioritize them. So hopefully I can work with somebody to do, I don't call them AM scrims because I don't like the word amateur. It feels kind of mean, but what would you call it? E1? I don't know, right?
Just tier 2? No, like tier 2 and tier 3.
Yeah, tier 2 scrims, right? And just kind of see if we can get those going and figure out how we can find a path and maybe, we'll figure out a way to do it. And so, but boys, I really do like kind of this. I think the team and I will get to work and we'll try to set up a mini league. And what's today? Wednesday? Question. We have only a couple more points. I won't take more of you guys' time. When do you guys want this to start? Transparently,
Next week.
It should start ASAP. It should start.
ASAP.
Like I should get the sign up Saturday, and I should have the 21 teams by Sunday.
Yeah. Monday.
And Monday.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I'll talk to Sammy. So Sammy said next week there's too many tournaments. This is what I was going to ask you guys. If there's so many tournaments next week, how do we do this? Right? Like,
Then you just don't do it that week if there's that many tournaments.
I mean,
Or
what,
you
am I playing a 50K every day?
No, you just have to do. You would just
Are we
have to
having
do
fun?
the daily.
Like, what's going on?
You would just have to do the daily free scrim if there's that many tournaments that week.
there's 3 or 4.
Yeah, bro. Okay, and are all 4 competitive?
Like, are we-
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many- she said they're not.
420 Blaze. We're taking a
Well,
420
Vegas-
Blaze at
no,
Grand
it's
Ludo.
Vegas
Oh,
going on too.
She said they're not
that's tomorrow.
fun.
We leave tomorrow for that.
Not fun tournaments.
She said they're not
the Vegas
fun
thing is
tournaments.
literally one day.
Oh, they're all
Yeah, she
comp
said
tournaments.
outcome.
So if there's four days out of those. Okay, would you guys be opposed to doing? Oh, it wouldn't work. We need 4 days actually. All right, then we would on those weeks.
I mean, you just push it forward a week, like
yeah.
Yeah, you can just
like no one's gonna be like, oh god damn, we have to push it back. Like
Yeah,
it's just like,
exactly.
What do you mean?
oh, we've got 3.
What do you mean? Me and Gabe
God
will.
damn it.
Me and
So
Gabe are
then-
gonna be upset.
So then, would you guys want then like in days like that where there's 3 days? I'd say 3 out of the 7 days out of the week there's like 50K. And I know some of y'all don't get invited though, so I understand that. We could do a pop up
Right, exactly.
one of those 2 days, right?
Exactly.
Okay, and the pop up free or paid?
Free, I think.
Free.
For little map,
all the normal,
if it's
all
a-
the
if it's a
normal
pop-up-
scrim should be free.
If it's a pop up, I'd say pay. If it's a normal scrim, like then free.
yeah,
I think it's
I agree.
I mean,
I think
I
they
don't know.
should
I'll
be
play
free.
either. I'll play either.
I'll play.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't
But
really
just,
care. I'll play.
Yeah, I'll play for free.
Okay, all right. All right. Well, I think I think the team and I have enough to kind of go forward and figure out how we're gonna do it. Now let's move on to Verdansk real quick. And there's a lot of things here. There's not a lot. I mean, to be fair, a lot of the stuff that we discussed already kind of blended in. So I'll go over this quickly, right? The main thing that's of most importance, and I want you guys to really, really, really keep this in mind. You guys are competitors first, right? I think I'm right in the middle when it comes to things need to be really good from a viewer's perspective. Obviously, we run the watch party. I understand that there can be a little bit of bias there, but at the same time, I don't want to watch like, bingo,
Rework.
right? Like I don't want, I want competitive as well, right? Like shit needs to be a good mix of both. When it comes to this, boys, I think sometimes the competitors, they lose track of, dog, at the end of the day, Activision doesn't give a fuck about competitive. They care about marketing. This is their way to market the game. And how do they define success? It's by numbers. It's they have as many people watching it as possible that they can justify putting money into this, right? So from a competitive standpoint, we all need to be prioritizing that. That doesn't mean if there's a slider, go all the way super fucking bingo. It gets the most viewership, right? Even though that doesn't. But having something too far competitive and making it not as enjoyable to watch is not always the best thing, right? So, in my opinion right now, I'll say this. I'll be blunt here. The last 2 match point tournaments were the most insane from a viewership standpoint that I've ever seen in a long fucking time. And I'm talking about not just my stream. I'm talking about I get the analytics from everybody, right? Like from all of from the whole channel, from Call to channel, from Call of Duty as a whole. Numbers were actually through the fucking roof, right? I'll say this. Oh, blast! It was nice. It was nice. It was a lot. I can get you that next if you actually want them. And so when it comes to that, we have to figure out what match point should be, right? If you put match point too high up, only a couple teams can achieve it. And yes, I do believe that makes it more skillful and there's less RNG. But from when it comes to like viewership, we saw how it was last year. I got so many people, oh, this is boring. Falcons keep winning. They're the only ones that hit match point, right?
I think that was so different.
Yeah, I agree.
I think this map plays so different to that. Like,
I agree.
It does.
dude, this map's hard, bro. Like,
It is. It is.
There's no
it's not
skill
just
wire
like
that's gonna give
everyone's
you
popping
100 grand.
yeah, like they're not landing pop off and getting 6 advanced UAVs. There's no backpacks. There's no backpacks, so they can't even carry 6 advanced UAVs.
Right.
Like max have 2 if they insta pop and hold one.
So
Like the map just plays completely different. Like
I mean, they were the first team to hit match point, right? In the 150, and then
Yeah, and they can do it.
yeah, they did match point first twice.
And then
Anyway.
wait, the first tournament there was what, like 10 teams, 11 teams at match point, right?
So I guess
51.
the first one there was like 6. The second one there was 10.
Wait, really?
Yeah, the one on Wednesday.
Yeah, it was 150.
I don't like 120.
Okay, yeah. Tell me, what do you guys want to see it at? That's my
I think
question.
150 because I think
Oh, shit.
that first Horny was just throwing pains. Like
Yeah,
that
that's
was
what
the
I
first
said.
custom. Everyone was just shitting it, dude. I was looking at the leaderboard. I was like, dude, how are we even close? We are shitting the sheets. Like I think everyone
I
was just like trying to adapt. Like everyone had growing pains on how things played. And by the time World Series is, everyone's gonna be good as fuck. At
It
least
should
the
be
good
150.
teams. At least the
Holy
good teams
fuck.
are gonna be good and know everything.
I didn't expect
Dude,
y'all to say that.
120 Dude, 120, dude, you have
Tenge.
some bad players on
good.
120.
Okay.
Nah, I definitely agree with that, bro. 150 plays, I would say, at a standpoint from how we play. Honestly, I think 150 plays so much better. It just takes so much longer though.
That's what.
Yeah,
Okay.
but that's because that's the first tourney. It's not going to be like that in 2 months when everyone's like
Exactly.
logged in and knows
You get
what. Like,
punished
oh,
really
you
bad
can't
in
do
this
this,
game.
you can't do that.
Yeah,
like,
really
this is
bad.
how we got to do. Like,
Especially with if there's not guaranteed fire sales and no backpacks, the lack of buy stations, and I mean
like
just
teams
the
are going to
way
get a
the
lot
map is
better
like.
from now until World Series. A lot
Yeah.
better.
So
Like, I think everyone's
Like I would
passionate
say,
now.
okay, like keep in mind that tournament lasted probably like what 9 to 10 hours, maybe.
both of them. Well, mine lasted 8. Theirs lasted
yeah.
10. So
Yeah.
The only
150
reason
lasted
the
10.
second one went that long though was because of idiots joining the lobby. Like it wasn't
Sure,
like
sure,
lobbies.
sure.
Like that
And I
added
think
probably
I think
3
we started
hours.
the lobby like twice. I think.
Yeah, I
bad.
would say on a perfect day, honestly, 120 would probably run around in like 5 to 6 hours
Yeah,
or
it
less.
would have been 3 hours less if that guy wasn't
Yeah.
joining the lobby.
So I guess
It'll get less by the time, I feel like.
that raises the question, right? Like, and transparently, guys, like, I know you guys are not thinking about this, but from a production standpoint, like, even a 6-hour tournament to them is long as fuck. Like,
Really?
that's long. Like, tournaments should be lasting around 4 hours, like, from a production standpoint, right? And so,
Online or LAN? Online or LAN? That's
not
the-
LAN,
that's-
not
that's
LAN.
the-
Sorry, not LAN, online.
Okay.
So, like, when it comes to LAN, that's a different story. Like, you know, I think 6 hours is probably good. 7 hours, 8 hours is like, oh, that was a long day, right? But right now, I mean, what do we do from, let's say, if I do tournaments, if I was to go put out tournaments, I think 120 was perfect in the sense of it was the perfect blend of entertainment and the perfect blend of also competitive and it not lasting way too long. Because you're right, if we go 150, transparently, only the best teams are going to hit it, right? And so that's a good thing. But at the same time, it's hard to win on this map with the time to kill, with the movement stuff. There's no buybacks are very scarce, whatever the fuck, however you pronounce it.
Yeah, but that's all going to change.
If they fix the buy stations.
Right? That is coming, right?
Yeah, as well as that. Think about it. Like how long do the Apex tournaments usually last? Like their match points.
This is a lot shorter because their match points only 50.
No. Those tournaments still last a long time, bro.
Like AOGS usually lasts how
Bro,
long?
what was the last one that there was like 10, 11 match point teams?
It was EWC. I'm gonna look at it right now. Their
But, like-
finals day 4 was an 8.5 broadcast, but that was like, dude, that was such a rare thing where they went to like 13
That's such a
games or
different
something.
game as well.
No,
Like, it's
whoa.
Yeah.
different.
No, it's not. But like that's just the marketing brand of their competitive scene. It's like what 8 hours you would say.
So look, this is what I'm saying. Like,
I would say 6 to 8.
I would say most of their tournaments are shorter.
that's LAN.
No way.
Yeah.
I'm talking
Yeah,
about
that's
like, I think right now, guys, we are talking about online. Let's stick to online
I
because
don't think it's 120. I think if you want to
Yeah,
meet
I
in the
would say
middle, like they
online,
clearly don't want
120.
150 because it's long. Nah, fuck no, not 120, please God.
boys, let me.
Just
Hey,
I'll
can
try
I
130.
can I be blunt with y'all? Can I be blunt with y'all?
Sure you do.
Guys, there's talks about it being, because it went so long, it going down to 100.
Yeah, they are faded.
Like that,
You might as well.
Like,
You gotta
let's
do
announce
best
that
team
to the
after
room.
that.
That is faded.
We literally had a 19 kill win. That's 38 points. I'm already halfway to match point at that point. That
That 121 only took as long because that guy joined in the lobby. Give us whitelist lobbies. That's
Yeah,
like,
I would
that's
say,
now.
I would say get Sammy in us, get us in a perfect day customs, and it'll probably run. We had to see how long it'll run.
I mean, bro, just get us a kick button.
Yeah, just get us a kick feature.
It's just all we need.
That's fine.
yeah, like I think they're like, from a strictly, I'm trying to be the middleman here, right? Because I understand both sides. Like, if I wanted the best fucking tournament possible and most competitive, I put that shit at 150, right? But I understand that these tournaments to run, they cost a lot of money, and they don't want to be doing a broadcast for 8 hours, 9 hours, 10 hours, right? Like, even though you guys say, oh yeah, like it's gonna get better, I agree with you. I probably will get better, but like, they're not willing to make that sacrifice right now in hopes that one day it gets, like, eventually it'll get better, right? So like, that's why I'm, just so you guys know, I'm advocating for 120 only due to the fact that there are talks about it being pushed down to 100.
Well, I mean, yeah, if that's our
case,
option, if that's our
120 is great.
options, then 120 is great. I love 120.
Yeah. Thank you.
Dude,
We'll take it.
like if that's our options, then obviously 120 is like what we play.
Right.
100.
I mean, you can't do 100. 100 is
just too
insane.
low.
If you're gonna do 100, you gotta just do best.
Imagine you do imagine you do 100 on a WT fun. Like we got what 33 kills yesterday on the shotguns. Imagine if match point is 100.
I mean, not even that. The teams in like 20th place, 25th place have like 100 points. Like that's not what match points about. Like, oh yeah, everyone gets it. Whoever
But
wins
that's
the last
after
game.
like 10 games.
But still, like 100
The
should
higher the
not be
better.
a conversation.
I think if we need to stick to 120, if we need to stick to 120 just to keep it match point, or do like what 7 or 6 games, like if I guess, but I'd rather do 120 match point than
100%.
Yeah, I'd rather do 120 match point
100%,
than
right.
best of 6 games. Like,
Right.
I really hope we can never go back because, again, like the whole point is they Activision wants high numbers. Like, transparently, this is marketing. Right? Match point has done that job. It has succeeded in that job. If we ever go back to a best of 6, it might be chalk. Now, I'm talking about strictly for tournaments. When it comes to maybe scrims, that's a little bit different. I'm open to to you guys being like, hey, yo, we don't want to do match point every day for scrims, right? We want to do, I'm talking about BR now. I'm talking about, forget Resurgence. Yeah. Like, if you guys are like, hey, we'll do one match point at a week, I'm cool with that. And then we just do best of 6 for like that. Or if you guys want fucking
match point every day.
Oh my God. That shit gonna be fucking, I mean, again, if we had a kick button, if we had, obviously we're not getting whitelisted lobbies for scrims, but it's just like,
I mean, with the kick button itself, that clears our whitelist because we'll probably be able to fill up the lobby without having it.
I mean, it's only 1 or 2 randoms every time. It's like we have a kick button, like it's
and it's usually like the same guy the entire time. Like it's not like it's like a different guy every lobby. It's usually just one creature for 3 hours.
Yeah.
No,
we did have a kick button back then.
Yeah, we did, Sammy.
We used to have one, yeah.
And they took that shit out?
We lost that in Mazra, I'm pretty sure.
We did 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely got to do like some type of penalties if you don't hide screen. I give you leak code. There's definitely got to be something.
We were saying -5 points for the next game. I like that idea because then people will learn quick, man. It's like it's the same shit. It's like
it's like at first, if Aiden if Aiden or Diaz accidentally leak, you already know chat's gonna get toxic as fuck. But hey, they gonna learn. Like
that's fine.
Like they gonna learn.
Shifty's gonna get on Biffle's ass, and Almond's gonna get on Aiden's ass. Like it's just gonna happen. So
yeah,
it's just accountability. Like I like the minus points for each because then eventually they're gonna be like, oh shit, I'm losing my team points. Like I gotta stop fucking up.
If you get punished for it, I mean, you're gonna learn like faster for sure.
Yeah, eventually you're gonna learn, bro. If the team is minus 20, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, Sammy said Aiden leaked twice last time.
Oh, it's always the rich people. It's always the rich people because they're just so like nonchalant.
Hey, the only thing that's gonna be weird is if they leak the code while they're on match point. Let's say they're at 151 and they fucking leak code.
Oh,
and now they're on
shit.
-5. Yeah.
Imagine.
It's like, guys, don't fucking leak, bro.
I think you say fuck it though. I think you say fuck it. People just gotta learn.
Oh my God. Yo, I'm so open to that. That idea. Hey, look, bro. The thing is, we need these competitors, and be honest, I've been working with y'all for the last 2 years. When it comes to this, some of y'all don't know how to read or listen.
Gentle parenting does not work, bro.
I agree. So there needs to be like, even if bro, we get fucking shit on for whatever, it needs to happen. In my opinion, it needs to happen eventually. People need to just adjust. So that's I'll talk to Sammy about it. I know Sammy's itching to take off points from people. I know she's sitting there like, oh, test me.
I lost 17 points yesterday. Trust me, I felt that one.
Oh fuck. So yeah, okay. I think right now, like there's a couple discussions, but for the most part, guys, I think we can start scrims. Maybe a pop-up next week, pop-up 1 or 2 next week, and then scrims officially start. Probably I can make signups next Saturday because there's a lot of tournaments transparently coming up. And yeah, I mean, is there anything that you guys wanted to discuss in specific? But for the most part, I think I got everything. All the questions that I have, I got everything that I wanted to kind of discuss, from time to kills, kill point threshold, match point threshold, everything. Is there anything that you guys kind of want to talk about before we kind of finish?
Can we? No. Is there a way that we could push out most of these hot fixes?
Look,
we have to find a way to.
Yes, I've said this.
The hot fix is done.
Ghost bug. Hello, ghost bug.
Guys, look,
everything.
I'm telling you right now, guys. Transparently, I have a sheet right? That has all the bugs that I give to the devs. And last time, I'm not even trolling, I wrote down a list of 50 bugs. And I'm not gonna say maybe it was coincidence, but I made a list, a doc that anybody can see. I made 50 bugs. An update came out a month later, and I think there was 39 out of those 50 were fixed. I'm not gonna say that, maybe it doesn't, but I'm saying we give it to the right people. Here's the thing. I've been asking you guys, every single one of y'all in the group chat, give me a video of Trios pubs, and then give me a video of Trios customs, and just be like, literally, get 2 clips, have a mod clip both, and then record yourself being like, look, there is only 15 buys in custom Trios, and there's 30 buys in regular Trios.
What yesterday the buys were different, weren't they? I'm pretty sure they were different yesterday. The buys were different, the zones were different.
See, these are the things, guys.
Yesterday was a whole different day. I'm not gonna lie.
If you send them,
if
you send them, I will put it on the list and I will send it to them. But nobody, I've been asking y'all for the last week, 2 weeks for the buy station bug. Nobody has sent me nothing. I've said it multiple times. Yes, there is a way.
You need to ask you the style of Tony though, because you need to bring up your mini map.
Say it again.
You can't load a custom up on your own, can you?
Yeah.
No, yeah, you have to do it. With
You'd have to ask someone like the style of Tony. As soon as you load in the map, just pop up your mini map and get a clip.
Or somebody can go back to their VODs, open it up at the start to see where they're going to drop, and just grab a clip from there and count how many buy stations, and then go into a pub.
You have to zoom in. You have to zoom in to see I tried doing that, but I'm also shadowed in pubs, so I went to do it and then gave up.
I know this is not ideal, guys. Like in a perfect world, they should be fixing these ASAP. We shouldn't have to do this, but
yeah, because I tried as well with you. Like I tried getting most of the clips, and I tried getting most of the clips that I've went through as well, and I sent them to like some people over there. But I know for a fact there's still a lot of other clips that people just don't ever send. And I know for a fact that I told Sammy the other day about what the old clips that we were talking about with the buys and stuff like that, as well as like the revive bug. Like we haven't been told anything about those bugs at all being like patched in the next hotfix or anything.
And also slide to prone. What's going on? Like,
yeah, they said they were going to fix that a long time ago.
Be fixed 3 weeks ago.
I'm telling you, it's going to be mid-season. It'll be mid-season with how delayed it's been. It's going to be mid-season. That's next week, I think.
Oh, thank God! Yeah, I mean, we'll see. We'll see next week if it'll change everything for us. Because if it increases all the buys for our customs, then I think it'll probably fix majority of our issues. I feel like.
I think the game will play differently. Again, guys, if you guys really want to do everything possible, just send me, post it on the TL. Like I promise you, post it on the TL. Give me a clickable, a linkable clip. I will put it on my sheet. I'll put it there. I'll literally write the description and I'll give an example. That is the easiest way for them to go and replicate the bug and fix it. Like it's happened before, but that I know of, nobody sent me clips. It's very rare that people send it. Just send me a clip and I will put it on the list and I'll send it to them. So if you guys have anything like that, let me know.
Sure.
Okay. Is there anything else, boys, that you guys feel like is necessary to talk about?
Enforcing rules.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people get away with because obviously in every tourney, I think now face cam is mandatory. You still have people who are like literally ending their streams after a map, then they have no cam for like half a map, yada yada yada, and then like it's a rule, and like it's such a small thing, I don't really care, but I think like it just needs to be enforced because I don't see a reason why we have rules where like you don't get punished for them. And I also think that I'm not sure how it is in normal customs, but I don't know when we're gonna get a ranked playlist where like we have actual restrictions so you can't get forfeited for like using a banned item or whatever. But I don't even you gotta think of it like if you fuck somebody's game over by using like let's just say like a gas grenade or something by accident and like it gets them killed, whatever, like the whole trajectory of the map is just completely different. You really can't account for that by just like, oh, here's a slap on the wrist -1 point. Should be an automatic 0. Like you just fucked up, you gotta make 0. Yeah, like there needs to be actual rules enforced rather than like let's just say like for example, I personally don't use a face cam on map, and obviously like we all fucking know I'm not doing anything shady, so. But like I probably wouldn't get punished, but just get a slap on the wrist. I should get a 0. Like that's just my fault. Like I need to get a 0, and there shouldn't be an excuse where you can't go to fucking Best Buy and buy a $20 Logitech webcam, like and plug it in. Like I don't care I don't think anybody cares what you look like if you don't use a face cam or you're uncomfortable. There just needs to be actual enforced rules. I'm trying to get at.
I think too, if you use something that's banned, it should be, yeah, I agree with Blast. It should be a 0 and you have to back out. Because if you like, if whoever.
If you keep playing, you just fuck everything over. The whole map's different.
Exactly.
Yeah, so if you're gonna get a 0 regardless, you just have to back out. Like your team, you have to tell your team, yo, like I fucked up. I used a gas grenade or whatever.
Because that's how it was back then as well. Back then in Verdansk. Once you got told you had a 0, you had to back out. It was
back out immediately. Because then if you play it out, then it's like, let's say you win the game, then it's like what? They give the second place team the win. Like that's just stupid. So,
True.
Yeah, I got bomb drummed by Almond in end zone yesterday, guys.
Oh, that shit was fucking hilarious. Like, I tell you right now, the PCL taught me a lot when it comes to competitors. Like, if you give them an inch, they will take a fucking mile. There will be, if there's a way, if there's a gray area, they will find it. These competitors will fucking find it. And so we had to literally I had to go in there and tell Sammy to count pixels because Stu wouldn't make his camera big enough. Like, we like.
You see that? That's just
so
ridiculous.
sad.
That's just ridiculous because he's gonna try to go to a LAN event and play where his cam's gonna be full screen. Everyone's gonna fucking meet you, see you. Like there's just no point. Like there really does. Like next tourney that like I think that you host pretty much like a scrim or something. If somebody's cam isn't on, you're gonna tell them, yo, back the fuck out. You're getting a 0. And if you don't turn it on, you're out of the tourney. Like there just needs to be some serious consequences for people who are just like. Because, you know, end of the day, like, we always just give slaps on their wrist. Like, dude, I could literally not use a cam a whole tourney. I don't really think I'm going to get in trouble. Like, and I just don't think that's okay.
Yeah, I think for us specifically, we learned a lot from that. And we've said it, and we did literally, I told all these guys playing in my tournament, I said, you will not stream on your unlisted YouTube account. You are streaming on your main account. You're not going to end stream. You're not putting on delay. You're just streaming like a normal fucking human being. Like, just stream normal. It's not hard, right?
Yep.
And so we allowed one warning just for some grace. If you guys feel like I should take that off, I'm open to the discussion.
There should be no warning. We're 5 years deep into the scene, bro. If you need a warning, then I think you're just, I don't know.
It's the same thing with leaking code at this point.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
like
Still mind a delay. Am I faded? I think there should be a delay.
Nah, I don't think delays are good.
I don't want delays.
Dude, we were banging out recons the other day. Soka's chat's telling them where the zone's ending.
I know.
Like, how is that fair?
I mean,
there should be delays.
I've done 4 recons. Soka's done 4 recons, but I'll sit in his ass stop train.
I did pull up Soka's stream the other day, and again, it's not Soka's fault, so I hate to use him as an example, but someone in his chat,
but like
he was
like,
last up, and he was rotating into hospital, and someone said Aiden's full team's top hospital in his chat, like spamming it.
We were playing a map, and like my chat's like, oh yeah, Soka knows where the zone's ending, by the way. Bro, I was playing the map. I was telling Callum, just don't bring up your mini map. I'll flick it up. Like, because I didn't want them to know where it was gonna end.
I mean, that's
just a part of it.
transparently. You can't. I feel like we can't do anything about that. I'll tell you right now. We start adding delays, and people. We've done it. It turns into an absolute fucking shit show because some people do it, some people don't, and it's just like some people are like, oh, why would I want to stream on the delay? I can no longer content create. Like, remember, it's also like there are some people that also stream as well, so it just becomes a big issue. I'll say this, bro. There needs to be like that is more of if that was Soka's chat, that's more of his mods, a reflection of his mods. Like they need to be on top of that. Like that's transparently across the board. There's nothing that we can really fucking do about that. It's like, yo,
yeah, no, it's just ass.
I know it sucks. Like. People got to be on top of that, like their mods, and be like, "Yo, like, come on, bro!" Like whenever I used to compete, and like that was the thing too. I'd be like, "Yeah, chat." Like I'd tell my mods, be like, "Ban him. I don't be telling me where nobody's at. I don't want to know." Like, so that's, I don't know.
It's just ass. You just deal with it.
Yeah.
I do feel like
You have too much competitive integrity, man. I'm looking at my chat. I'm modding that person that's leaking. That ass. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, that guy's a VIP. Good recruiting, brother. You're hired.
Yeah, you're
my subs. Don't have to watch
you're way too nice, man. People nowadays, bro, they'll do anything for $1.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's hard because like if you, for example, chat saying emote only, then some people are gonna play and I can't even talk to my chat like in between games. Like like there's no, what's the point of streaming, right? Like we've been down this road so many times, and I feel like there's no fixing it other than, bro, the streamers, like, for example, if that happened in Soka's chat, Soka's got to make it accountable and be like, yo, motherfuckers, don't be putting that shit in my chat. Like, don't be doing that shit. Like, it's not his fault, but at the same time, if it happens more than once, it is his fault because you should be able to talk to your chat and be like, yo,
I was just using that as an example.
Right.
That just happened the other day. I'm not saying it's like a reoccurring thing. That's fresh in my brain.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean,
how does Apex do it? But I know they have 10-minute delays. I know they have 10-minute delays on their actual like ALGS tournaments, right?
Yeah, that's LAN. It's a little bit.
Yeah, LAN doesn't matter.
Even the calls online, they have 10-minute delays.
I'm so down for a bad LAN.
For the big ones?
No? I'm pretty
For
sure
the big ones, we play with a minute delay, I think.
For like
I thought
the
we did.
World Series, I actually don't remember how it works.
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
know.
there's a
I
delay
think
for the big
World
ones.
Series. World
think-
Series
I
should
think
definitely have a
last
delay.
was- I think last World Series had a delay, and
Yeah,
this
it did.
World Series didn't.
Really?
I think
I don't think we had a
sure.
delay on this one.
If we're doing quals for EWC or World Series, we should have at least like a 2-minute delay. I think.
Yeah, it needs to be long enough where it matters, because like, if you're just sat there for a minute, you're gonna see the message at like
For all the
Germany needs to
marketing
be.
tournaments, like I get it, like that's viewership, right? But like for competitive events, I feel like we need to have like the utmost. Like,
Yeah, EWC
competitiveness.
and World Series should be like at least 5-minute delay. I'm not
As
even
long as,
capping.
yeah.
Mhm.
I feel
agree.
like when it comes to
Because that,
the.
you're not like, oh, well, I can't speak to chat. You shouldn't be fucking speaking to chat.
Exactly.
What are you on about? You can't speak to chat.
Exactly.
Unlucky, like.
But that's specifically, again, I want to reiterate, that is specifically for example, EWC
Yeah,
quals,
that's the only things we
World Series
really
wars and
I
quals
care about. I don't really like care about. I mean, I care obviously, but
during
more important
comp.
ones is where it's gonna be a problem. Like,
Yeah. For things like Warzone Total Fun, even Warzone Total Frenzy, those are marketing tournaments. No delays for those.
yeah, for sure.
Scrims, it's scrims, right? Like
No, yeah, scrims.
now, I
Yeah,
agree
if
with
you're too
you.
much in scrims, you just deserve to be banished. Like that shit. I mean, that's just sick, bro.
Worse penalty than that.
Oh,
Can I wait till fucking way after?
yeah, like again, when it comes to actual like big days, like World Series Warzone quals, World Series Warzone finals, EWC, like that is a different story. I agree with you. I agree with that. Like that's probably the only thing that can be enforced at that point, because it's like, hey, you can give up one day out of your week having a delay because this shit you're playing for $1 million fucking dollars, right? Like that's a different story. Okay, boys,
And what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do with the scrims hosts?
we just
Are we
went
gonna
over
keep
that a
them
little
on
bit.
Central?
So
We're gonna keep them on Central, yeah.
this is the one that kind of where we didn't really talk about the 21 teams if they're all going to be NA. I personally would like to do 21 teams regardless of NA or EU and just make it the best 21 teams. Now host is a big discussion. What do you guys it sucks because we don't have anybody from EU in here, because there are a couple EU teams that are actually really good, right?
I mean, it's just east. Like if it's split, then it's just far east. Like, and
Yeah.
that's it.
Well, I mean, it depends, bro. Because
No, it's
like,
far east. If it's split, it has to be.
I mean, I agree to a certain extent, but it's just like, bro, any West Coast player who's playing on New York is literally picking the same as EU, and I think that's just
I don't like the New York
ridiculous.
server, any other server, but I mean, it's just.
I
Well,
think
New
the-
York is the best reuse though, and it's literally asked for people in Texas, asked for people in California. Like,
Because I know now the EUs are getting more scrims than us because of the fact that they're getting way earlier scrims than us.
yeah, but
and they have-
their,
they
their
have
lobbies
one,
are
like-
also are filled with literal fucking glue eaters. So
I know, but-
it's
But
not practice.
that's yeah, but they still have
That's what
their
they're gonna be
reps
calling
on the
against.
maps.
dude, they're literally playing a glorified fucking pub. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I
That's what
literally,
they're
bro,
playing their qualifiers.
bro.
That's their skill branch. That's
No,
what they
no,
have to
dude,
deal
I'm not
with.
even
And
kidding. I saw-
that's where he said, Sage, if the EWC gets announced and it's qualifiers where it's region split, then we just, it wouldn't be split. It would just be NA only.
Yeah, it definitely should not be split.
It just depends on the EWC announcement. Like, assuming it's.
All I'm saying, I saw 50
Split.
points averaged in one of those tournaments. That shit ended in 3 or 4. Like, they can have that, bro. Let them have that. They'll fucking load into an NA lobby and then just be like, dude, what the fuck? We were averaging 50. What happened?
Yeah. It's,
So look, I think for the time being, we'll allow mixed, right? We'll allow mixed, and I'll go eat. We'll go East server. We'll go East server. It's the only fair way to do it. It's the only fair way to do it. We get the best of the best teams. There's no other way to make it, like, right? At the end of the day, somebody's gonna be fucking mad. I actually talked about this with Nice Wig, and Wig said that like somebody will always be pissed.
Sammy says, Sammy already disagrees.
So what does Sammy want? Central
Split.
only?
I'm assuming she wants split. Central only, NA.
There's no
only,
way she
and
would
then-
want split.
Yeah.
I think we
No,
should
I think-
prioritize where Biffle's located. He's in Texas. Let's go. Just come on.
I agree.
Okay,
then
if
actually,
we do Central only,
I feel like
that just chalks
Okay,
all
go
of the
ahead.
EU.
I feel no, because I feel like the EU kind of gets good ping, honestly. Because if you see like some of the
is
EU,
not bad to Central.
they get like at least 100 to 110.
no, she's saying NA only as well.
She's saying
She's not even.
Oh,
saying
oh,
all
oh,
NA
no,
scrims.
She's saying to split it. Yeah, do NA only. But I think you should allow some of the EU guys if they want. Like, there's like probably what 5.
It just
top
depends on
EU
the
teams that-
qualifiers, bro. Because if it's EWC and it's split region qualifiers, I don't want to be getting landed on by some idiot who's not even in my qual. It's fake practice.
No, I agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
I
So
agree.
it just
I thought that
depends
last
on
year.
the. It's just
Exactly.
Maybe
depends on
more in war
the-
last year versus Gladiators.
I think until we get an announcement, it's just you just split, and then if it gets announced, it's split, which I'm assuming it will be. I mean, it has to be. but,
Well,
like,
So you're saying
I don't know,
combine,
but-
combine in the meantime, or you're saying
combine
split?
until
No,
there's an announcement. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So then, if you want to do combined, like Hector said, which I don't mind, but I
that's
shouldn't
what we
cater.
did.
I shouldn't cater to somebody across the fucking pond because they want to get better practice. If they want to practice versus NA people, they're gonna have to deal with the central host because the central host is the fairest for everybody in the states. Like we're not gonna fuck over the people on the west side because the people across the fucking pond want to play against better players. Like,
Well,
you
we
see
did
what
it
I'm saying?
last year, didn't we? Didn't we do it last year for our scrims? We did all of our scrims on Central.
and I don't, yeah.
We did all big tourneys on
no,
Central,
no. Scrims are New York. All the tourneys were Central.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not even kidding. I saw FIFA kills pop. He had better blow rate than me, and I'm literally in the States. Like, I'm not even kidding. I couldn't believe my fucking skull.
Oh yeah, I
Like,
remember. Yeah. No, yeah, I remember. No, that thing was terrible.
So, like, if they want to play against better players, they're going to have to be like, okay, guys, we're going to be at 130 ping, but is it really worth it? Because either you play on ping and fight glue eaters, or they play off ping and fight against terminators. So, like, you pick and choose your battles here.
Oh, this guy thinks he's insane.
Oh, bro. Okay. Well, look, I mean, okay. Is there anybody in EU that can host consistent scrims that
I think so.
that are higher quality over there?
What's
I think
that
they have
bloke?
them going.
ML Unreal. I think Echo's
Yeah, that bloke.
playing-
Yeah, that bloke. That's who I usually
Yeah,
see.
they have some like every day now or every 2 days.
Yeah, Echo's in a scrim right now. He's playing a big map tourney.
Oh,
They've been playing them for like weeks now.
so he said he hosts them almost every day. And are those competitive?
No.
I mean, competitive for the like
For their region, yeah.
that region. It's all like the good EU teams are playing them. If that's what you're asking.
You see like you see like
Yeah,
MA
the NK
and all
NA.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Like there's good teams.
We'll
like, the
dabble
good
in
EU
every
teams
now
are
and
in it.
again if I want to torture myself. Like, all
Okay.
the good EU teams play them.
Yeah, I think
So
that-
like, yeah.
this is a constant fucking. I mean, we've had to deal with this for the last 2 years. This is a constant battle of figuring out what do we do, right? Like, and I think it's gonna make it's different when it's resurgence. I don't know. I think we definitely gotta figure out what's the play here because you're right. Like in a perfect world, we separate the two. We do NA and we do EU. And if EU wants to come and play NA for better practice, they're gonna have to deal with the ping. That's in a perfect world. But like, how many teams are you realistically fucking over? Because then again, it's like, okay, we did that last year. We gave them the benefit of the doubt, and we gave them, they could scrim here, and we gave them East Coast servers. And even then, on LAN, they didn't perform as well, right? So like, where is the where's the middle ground? Is there a
Like I
middle
said,
ground?
If EWC quals are literally NA, if there's an NA qual and an EU qual, it should not be mixed at all.
Yeah. I
Yeah, I
know.
agree.
Like that's
Can
such.
I point
like,
out an
that
EU
shouldn't be
scrim
a
right
thing.
here? So we have Showstopper team, right? Map 1, 50 points. Map 2, 0 because
Yeah,
they
we get
forfeited.
all that. We're seeing
Map 3, 50. Map 4, 57. Map 5, 50.
I mean, that's just how that is. Like, no one's like, if EWC gets announced and it's separate calls, it shouldn't be mixed at all. It should just be that Unreal guy hosts theirs, we host ours, and we get ready for your calls. Why am I getting ready for my calls with teams who aren't even in there? It's like I don't think that should be a thing.
Okay.
If EWC gets announced.
Okay, do you then allow if it is split
No.
regions, you don't allow them at all? Not even if they want to. You don't allow
No.
EU teams.
No, it should just
No,
be
no.
EU has their scrims, we have our scrims.
Until maybe we have a final lobby. Like if we know all the teams that qualified, then you can.
Oh
do
yeah,
the
after
East.
you qual,
Yeah.
then you just prioritize EWC teams. But for the quals, you're getting ready for the quals. You're not getting ready for LAN.
I agree.
Okay. We're gonna have to talk about it with the team and figure it out, especially even now. Like right now, I guess the biggest question before anything gets announced is the pop-up next week. What server should it be on?
Central.
East.
Central.
It's gonna be mixed, right?
Yeah, mixed.
It's
It's
mixed?
anybody can
Yeah,
join that.
it's
East.
Okay,
That it's
Central.
East. It's East.
Yeah, East.
Yeah, you guys.
Bro, can we at least do
better.
like Florida or some shit? Dude, the New York,
I think-
the New York
well,
server is
I-
bad.
yeah.
Why
The New York server is
am I
bad.
catering to gentlemates? Can
The,
somebody explain to me?
the New York server like literally stutters. Like it's not.
Dude,
yeah,
the
it's
New York
really
server
bad.
for Texas people is, I'm not even kidding, it feels like 100 ping.
I would rather play Europe than New
So
York.
I would rather
actually.
play a different East server, but if it's East, it should be East for sure.
God, bro. Fucking, ugh.
No,
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, playing on higher ping on this game is very, very like ass.
'Cause of the time to kill?
worse compared. Yeah, it's so bad. I mean, even in the gulag, the pistol takes 3 bullets to kill. So like,
Bro, I
those
got 2 bulleted
delays.
yesterday.
Hey man,
Yeah,
let's
those
talk about. You
delays
know
are
what,
really
man?
bad.
Hey, they had the opportunity to be on this fucking call and they didn't show up. Hold on.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
We about to make this
They
shit
don't care.
central. I'm
So fuck
fucking
'em.
checked. Hey, I'm about to make this shit central only, bro. Fuck all that, bro.
Thank you, bro. Fucking put them balls down. Slap them on the table.
Oh
They don't
man,
even want to
bro.
sit here and fight for their region. We're catering to them? Are we being dead ass?
They
won't
want
even
us to
show face. They won't even
want
show
us to get
face.
they want us to like napkin them or some shit. Like,
Yeah, dude, please. That's what I'm saying. Slap on their wrist. Fuck them over, bro.
That's why you
Like,
know
bro,
it should be,
Stuo's in the
'cause he's
chat saying, dude, we need an EU guy in the call. Then jump in the fucking call.
please,
Stuo's in
no,
the same
fuck
group
no,
chat.
bro.
We're all
And
in.
then it's the
anyone
same
but that
guy
guy, bro.
fucking making his webcam this small. Like, dude, just join the call.
Oh man, bro. The chat. Listen, EU has a tournament. I get it, but I'll be honest. I do feel like advocating for your region is more important than a scrim. Like that, not the best teams are in. And I've told them about this for like a week and a half now. Like I had to cancel a podcast last week because we couldn't get enough people, and did it again this week.
majority.
you know?
I feel like majority of the time that it comes to Pullze Check, it's always been NA people. It's never really been majority of the EUs. You've only seen 1 or 2 EUs, and majority of the time it's been NAs. Because majority of the time we're the ones that care more about our league than anybody, because we actually tend to put more time in our day than them. They just try to see what scrims fill up and then play them.
Yeah, I mean, Smixy. The thing is, like, no, they didn't show interest, so I catered it to the people that were gonna show up. So these guys probably want to play because they have a scrim in 5 minutes.
The only EU person that responded was Echo. He's the one person I will give any kind of leniency to, because he actually tried.
Yeah,
I'm European,
Nobody else
guys.
tried.
I'm European.
I'm still here.
True. Look, I just want everybody to get involved. I want everybody to get fucking better. We talked about it all of last year. Like, I want there to be a day where the EU teams are literally competing at the top. Like, they're some of the best teams. I do think they have good teams, but it sucks, man. I mean, I've talked to Nicewick about this. Like, dude, somebody will always be mad. Like, no matter what you do, somebody will always be upset at how you host and stuff like that, right? So, like, I don't know. You also said you don't listen to what they say, so they don't bother. Who said that? Who said
Don't
that?
even read that out loud.
Who said that? Tell
Why
him to
did
come
you even
through.
read that out
Tell him to
loud?
come through.
Because
Tell him to come through.
That's a fake statement. Like,
Nobody. Yeah,
All right, we don't listen,
No
guys.
one
Text us
with- no
host.
one
Come
with
on.
a brain
Text us
said
host.
that.
Text us host. Text us host. Come on.
Force was in the group chat. Why didn't he show up? Why didn't he show up? Look, man.
Yeah, nah.
Like, I think at the end of the day, I gotta find a somebody that I can work with
Say
and,
less.
and collaborate with for tournaments in EU or for scrims in EU. I don't know how we figure this out, like, but there has to be a way, right? There's got to be a way to do it, man, because I don't want EU to, I don't want to separate them. Like, I don't. Like, all last year, you guys know this, I literally advocated for New York host, and I fought a lot of these guys in the calls because they didn't want to, right? I'm trying, but like, hey, it's a two-way street. It's a two-way street, you know? Like if there needs to be buy-in from both sides, and so I don't know. We got to figure out a way to do it. If I can work with somebody in EU to help run scrims. What did you guys say? What's that guy's name? Unreal? I'll reach out to him.
ML Unreal.
ML Unreal. Okay.
I think they already have daily scrims going. I'm pretty sure.
yeah, they do. They play.
I see them. I see them all the time.
Yeah.
Is there a way to do it to where, like, it only allows the best of the best? Like, to where, because right now it's just
Well,
whoever
I'm
signs up,
sure,
right?
like,
I don't think there's enough European teams.
I'm sure, like, if I don't know, FIFA Guild match him, like, oh, we need a spot, like, he's getting a spot. You know what I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure all the good EU teams play those scrims if they want to play those scrims.
Yeah, they probably get sent those scrims so it's just so they can fill up.
There's 50 teams in that lobby right now.
Well, yeah, but I'm talking about, like, now EWC, it's only gonna be 14, right? So, like, okay, we'll figure out something.
I'm sure
I
you
feel
can
like
speak
from
to him and say,
yeah.
yo, like, if FIFA Guild, like, I mean, all the good teams are going to be want to practice in anyway. Like, I
Okay,
think all
for
the
example,
good
okay.
EU teams are going to get the practice they want.
A question: if EU teams, right? If we did NA, not NA only, but central host scrims, and I found a way to get EU scrims, right? EU scrims going where it's they have a central host, whatever their central host is, and there's 2 separate scrims going on. Do you think the EU guys are going to want to come and play?
It doesn't matter. They shouldn't be allowed. If our qualifiers are NA only, it doesn't make a difference if they want to play.
Not if it's separate. I'm saying like just like pop-ups, etc.
They would play NA.
Do you think they would? Do you think they would
Oh, yeah, they
prioritize?
would.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they would.
They prioritize NA for sure.
Would they prioritize?
No one here is going to go to EU. They're going to come to us. That's always been, no?
Yeah, I think maybe a couple people would still just play the EUs, but I think the majority would probably
You want to
mix. Yeah,
You want to name those couple people?
but just people being stubborn.
I think the top 3 would. I think the top 3 from EU would come over. Like I think
Yeah.
Ifus team would. I think the Gentlemates guys would, and I think I mean there's another team.
That's about it.
Like if they had both, if they,
No, like I think Wars, Vision, Prod.
so if they had the
I don't know if they
opportunity, if they had both options, if they said, "Hey, do I play on EU only tournament or EU only scrims with good ping, or do I play North America scrims but on bad ping?" You guys think that they're prioritizing North America?
I mean, it just depends on the person. I
the
would want
comp,
to personally, I would personally want to play my own region that I'm going to be playing in the quals. But that's just how my brain works. Like I don't want to go and land on.
He's saying if that's not the case, though. Like,
Yeah,
if
I'm
we
just
don't know.
saying. It just,
for
I think it
pop-ups.
just for pop-ups, it doesn't. Pop-ups, I don't think it really matters as much.
Okay. Yeah, because again, all this changes, right? If all this changes, if what's it called? If we do, if it's divisions in for EWC quals, right? Then it doesn't matter. We're splitting them, right? Because again, I agree with you guys. You got to play with who you want, like who you're gonna play against in that.
Who are you going to be
right?
playing against?
Yeah. Okay. Alpine. So Alpine is a manager for, I don't know, or he watches a lot of Apex or some shit. He said Scrim should be region based until qualifier. After qualifier, it should be international scrims until a week before the tourney, switching to EU or EMEA hosts for the teams that will be boot camping and also for the time zone shit. Wait.
I think the opposite of that. Am I faded?
Based until qualifier. After qualifier, it should be international scrims. Well, I think he means like,
No, he's saying what we're saying. It should be.
Yeah, he's saying what we're
region-based,
saying.
So it should be split. Then once we have all the teams that qualified.
Oh
then
wait,
it's
no,
combined.
wait, yeah, I
And
read
then
that wrong.
if we
Yeah,
all
he's
go to-
saying what I'm saying.
If
Yeah.
teams go to boot camp in like Europe or whatever,
Yeah.
then you just choose
Yeah.
where most teams are.
Yeah, he's saying exactly what I'm saying. If the you just you practice what your qualifier is,
right.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
and then as soon as you get the qualified teams, and it's like, oh right, everyone who's at the event or everyone who's at the LAN, you just practice with those teams.
I agree. Okay. I think right now we have enough to kind of base what we're about to do next. And I think the only fair way is just to combine them for now until we see what happens. Now, what we do for example, the mini league, right? The weekly leagues in a week from now. Do we do East servers or do we do Central servers? That's probably the big question that we have right now that we're going to discuss. But again, I will prioritize whether you're from EU, APAC, Latin America, North America, it doesn't matter. I will prioritize the best teams on paper and try to get the 21 teams that are the best in that right now. That's the goal. That's at least for what I want.
Well, I think what you do is you invite your 21 teams, and then you work out how many EU teams there are.
Mhm.
And then if there's a real minority, there's like, I don't know, like off the top of your head, how many is there probably going to be? 5, 6, 7? How many is there going to be?
For what?
Like, you're talking about
For
EU?
what?
Yeah.
Out of the 21?
Like if you had to guess, just like a rough estimate.
What, for
I would say
EWC?
it's like probably 6 or 7.
Then it should be
Three, at
East. Then it should be
3.
East.
3.
3.
I mean, if we could even just move the East server to like
Let's
not
say
New
there's
York,
20 spots.
that's like
there's
Well, I don't
like a
think
Florida or a
EWC
Chicago or
cares.
Atlanta.
I don't think EWC cares
No,
about
he's
the
just
region
talking.
base.
No, he's just talking about this specific tourney that he's gonna post.
Yeah,
in the next
our
week or
weekly
so.
scrims or whatever,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
like,
yeah.
like, okay.
I think probably East. If I had to guess, just off an estimate, I would say East. But I think it also depends on like if you're running one lobby and there's only one EU team, then it doesn't make sense to run East. You know what I mean? I think
Yeah,
you
after
just
that.
look at the teams who are in your lobby and Like you just
Because
get
we've been
Sammy
on,
or
we've been on
someone with a-
Chicago. We've been on Chicago, right, for the last couple of weeks. Or whatever.
That's a Sammy question. That's a Sammy question.
Because like for West Coast, I've been pinging like close to like 50 to 60 on these, or like even 70 on whatever we've been playing on, and it's not bad. I mean, I don't know what about the EUs and stuff like that, but I know for a fact like this ping is by far the best of what we've been, playing on.
Sammy, what
been playing?
Yeah, what servers have we been playing on, Sammy? Boy, it's been Central because it's all
I think it's been
tournament.
Chicago. I think it's Chicago.
Jeez.
Chicago or Georgia.
We're definitely on Central for the fun tourney. I don't know if that means anything, but
Servers have been Chicago. Sammy, have we done any tournaments on
fine.
East? Have we done any tournaments on East Coast? Because like, what is there? There's New York, Florida. What's the other one?
Chicago, Atlanta.
Well, Chicago is Central, no? Chicago is technically
Yeah,
East.
Chicago is technically
It's like-
central,
it's
but
like-
it's more on the east side, if that makes
It
sense.
pings East Coast.
Yeah.
yeah.
Would Chicago not be? Because I know this. Like, Britt asked a good question. New York servers sometimes are fucked.
It's
Like-
bad.
so bad.
Florida
It's so
servers
bad.
bad.
Dude,
Those
the
two
New York
servers are
server
just
is
not.
so bad. It's fake.
Atlanta has been horrible forever too. Atlanta has been absolutely the worst.
Yeah, so Atlanta is like a
Wait.
pack of lost like fest.
No.
Yeah.
New York just takes the cake. Atlanta takes the second cake.
I
So,
agree.
so Sammy, if we were to do a New York server, where would you want it? If we were to do East, where would you do it?
I just don't know what the EU's ping to Chicago.
Yeah, I
Because
don't know.
Chicago has the best.
They ping 90
don't
to
think
100 probably.
yeah.
90 to 100 most. If you're like
probably-
on the more like on the west side of fucking the pond, but
So it would be New York or Chicago, she said. Would that not be the best of everything? Best of both worlds?
It's Chicago.
Yeah, if
Chicago?
I think we just chalk New York. No,
Well,
I think
you guys are saying New York
I
is
feel
that
like if we
shit.
I feel like if we play New York, we have to all get exit lag for it because
I think that New York and Atlanta
it's
are both
so
horrible.
bad.
yep. And I should get a code for your membership.
Okay.
Not much.
Okay, I think Sammy and I will discuss this. It's looking like Chicago is probably the best server for everybody. It's on the East Coast, and apparently New York is shit. So wait, she said New York isn't bad this year during the afternoon. That's crazy
But then
that
we just gotta like.
yeah.
Yeah, my
we
my
know.
Then you,
my
like
50
you might
ping
load up
feels
one
like
day and it's
100.
just ass. Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's what I mean. We want to get like a situation where it's like,
Consistent.
oh, it might be good this day, or then the next day it's shit, and then we waste an hour and a half switching servers. I mean,
Yeah. I don't know. Like what? Chicago 110, 120, 80, 100.
It just depends where you're located in the E EU.
So Sammy said, if you want to stay stable, Chicago is amazing.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah, I'm down.
That's where I would say, because New York is like, some days you load up and it's like it doesn't feel that bad, but then some days you load up and it feels like you're on 100 ping when you're on
Higher
40.
ping doesn't feel bad if it's a good server. Like
Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
rather a stable server than a
right.
shitty ass server. At the
So I was about to ask
EU
Echo.
West.
Echo just answered my question. He said Chicago and New York are different for you.
Hmm.
Well,
Rather play. So he said he'd rather play Texas than Chicago. Wait.
You see, like
Let's
they
do Texas.
Perfect.
Fine by me.
Oh, bro.
Dude, we needed
I mean,
needed
yeah,
Echo
yeah.
to talk that Scrim to get in here. We would have said everything straight with that guy.
I would
the
say
man of the people.
I love Echo, man. That man, one of my favorite EUs, bro.
Oh, he's also one of the ones that wanted to come to the NA as well.
He was willing. Yeah. I'm not gonna say too much, but
boys, what do y'all think about that split
He was
host?
nearly my friend. No, fuck no. What?
No, we're not
Absolutely no.
splitting.
Whoa, I was saying East split host. I will absolutely the fuck no.
we're doing
I was
split host,
I was
we're doing
going
West
out
and
my
Europe.
way to get East for the EU brothers. Fuck it, I'm not loading up my London. Whoa,
Okay.
whoa.
Look, let's. Me and the squad, we're gonna do some. Honestly, today was fucking great. I think we did a lot. We got a lot of info. I got a lot of stuff that a lot of questions that I had that I really I wanted to make sure we had before we started scrims properly. And so you guys answered a lot of them. The biggest thing I'll discuss with a couple of the EU players. Maybe I'll reach out to Echo. I think Echo's one of the ones that like I personally think I would like to talk to. And so. Yeah, sadly, we got a lot of things that hopefully Activision can incorporate, like a kick button, maybe hiding the code, right? I don't know.
I mean, it's just giving it to the host. I mean, you can easily do it in the main menu. It shouldn't
The way
be.
Apex is, when you type in your code, it doesn't even pop up.
Dude, that's
just
what it
stops.
used to be. That's how it used to be.
Well, an
Yeah.
option like where, okay, that's fine if the code's on the screen, that's fine, but it just needs to be asterisked. And then if you click on it, then it shows. Like the fact that you just join the lobby and it just shows right away is like another issue.
Yeah, the first thing that pops up, oh, here's your code, buddy. Like,
Yeah, like
I know, I
That
just
is
typed it
insane.
in. Like,
if it was like asterisk where you can't see the code unless you like show code, then that would be great too. That's like probably the easiest solution in my opinion.
That's what every game. That's what literally every game does. I don't know
Wait,
why.
That's
Hector,
insane that
I
we
have
don't
a
have that.
question.
What's up, what's up,
I
what's
have a is there a reason to why every other game you can just be in the same lobby and for some reason Warzone you have to keep remaking? Is there like been ever a reason for that?
Wait, say that
We
again?
haven't been crashing this on this COD.
Well, no. Well, what I'm saying is like, you know how like, let's just say like we play a game, right? And then we like the game ends, we load back into the same customs lobby. Why can't we just restart it from there?
Oh, yeah, I have no idea. I don't know. That's another one that we had. Why can't you just like, replay match?
Because that
But
would
we have
make
to- we have to.
everything.
Well,
That would
people
make
do because of
everything good.
jailbreak and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
No, it's,
Well, they wouldn't
it-
be.
Yeah, but
everybody
the-
leaves.
like,
Well, when ranked
Except
out,
when it's
when ranked
dead.
out, there wouldn't be jailbreak.
Well, ranked, you don't get yeah. What I was about to say. What Rasim just said.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get a jailbreak in the rank playlist.
you were talking about. Oh, I see what you mean.
What
'Cause you
about
have
like
to
dev
leave.
errors and stuff like that?
Because, I mean,
That's a completely
No,
different
yeah.
subject to it. I don't know anything about that
that's-
shit.
no other game crashes. So like, I'm
That's
talking
that's
about
the only thing. Our game is the only one that deals with stuff where we have to continue to remake the lobbies.
I mean, yeah, that's what I mean. It's just like
And that stalls
The game's
time
just
so much.
like there was an
bro.
issue where people couldn't even put in the code because it didn't work.
Yeah.
FIFA,
I mean,
hop
that's just-
in. FIFA, hop in.
Oh no! Everybody get off.
yeah. Wait, what was it? Let's wrap this thing up. Say your goodbyes.
Yeah. I think my NA scrim starting right now, guys.
Yeah, didn't y'all have, no, like on some real shit, didn't y'all have a scrim right now? Or y'all not playing that shit?
Oh, we should. I'm playing in it.
Oh, it's just,
I'm shooting bots right now.
I think my bald friend's going to watch hockey or some shit. I don't know what he's doing.
oh shit, bro. Okay, it starts in 20. Okay, I guess they postponed it. Wait, which one of y'all in that?
No, I'm painless. So.
Pops is in there.
Yeah, Rasim loves being up on the idiots.
Oh my god, bro.
There it is. I don't play attorney and you win it. That's so funny.
Oh yeah, fuck. You were the reason why.
Oh fuck.
You would have stopped me.
All
I
right.
would have been the one to stop Thanos.
All right, fellas. I think maybe we can have another one of these. Hopefully, the next one we like more of the EUs want to come because I do think this is a good topic that we got to figure out. And you know, I'll reach out to FIFA as well and see what he thinks about it. It's hard to explain everything to him out of context, but because again, it's either we separate scrims completely or we figure something fucking out. You know, so I don't know. We'll see, man. But boys,
I mean, it's going to end up as complete separate.
you think so?
The announcements, assuming the announcements, what everyone thinks it's going to be, then it will be separate. Yeah. I'm assuming everyone thinks that it's just going to be regional qualifiers, right?
I fear I'm the second team invited. Sorry, guys. You guys have fun in that shit.
Look, we'll figure it out, man. We're gonna have a lot of tournaments and a lot of scrims coming up literally this week. So, boys, I appreciate all of y'all for hopping in. I know a couple people had to leave. Thank you guys, whoever you ever guys come back and watch this. I want to do these more often, fellas. And you know, again, seeing you guys actually talk about it and give your opinion, it makes it seem like you guys care, and I appreciate that a lot, man. So for real, thank you guys so much for hopping on, bro. Boys, anything else before we go? Good to go.
You win. I'm out.
Oh, come on. All right, boys. Everybody in the Pullze Check podcast. We'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace, bro.